you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk Wrestlemania with you from the biggest and baddest place you could ever hold WrestleMania, New York City. And Brainiacs, it is here, the biggest weekend in our sport. It's already underway. There are human centipedes being made. There's penis parties. There have been takeovers, and there's a lot more to do. But on this show, we will be talking about the granddaddy of them all, and the grandmammy now, WrestleMania 35. Brainiacs, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. At the Brainbusters on Instagram Junior, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got a man called Wired here. He's all over the social media gimmicks because he's a sultan of social media.
Long Island, it's been a great weekend, and we're only at Saturday. I mean, this is huge. NXT Takeover last night, great show. Trending all over the world. NXT UK titles was one of the biggest ones ever.
Yeah, and we've got Europe got its new champion, and also, a father was finally proven. Or a son was finally proven to be enough for his father in the NXT champ. Frank Gargano, Triple J, is a real hard ass of a dad.
Yeah, Long Island, you were talking about all that crazy stuff that's been happening this WrestleMania weekend, and that was just in Moose's apartment last night.
Yes, Moose the Mark is hosting this year's Brainbuster Radio WrestleMania edition live from Moose the Mark's apartment. Moose the Mark, thank you for providing us a very suitable studio for WrestleMania.
Oh, absolutely. It's my highest privilege to be able to offer hospitality to all my fellow Brainbusters, my couch, my air mattress, my misbehaved dog.
Balloons. We got balloons. We got posters here.
Oh, Vanilla Beans here.
And you know what, Moose the Mark, before we go any further, I'm not going to ask you to stand up. But part of your punishment, I'm sure everybody's been checking at the Brainbusters, is you are Hillbilly Moose.
Let me get a picture of this.
So yeah, I'm going to vamp for a little bit of time while Long Island gets the camera ready here. So Moose the Mark, can we get a little Hillbilly Moose here posing? There we go.
All right, Brainiacs, if you want to see the Moose do a Hillbilly Jim pose, just go to at the Brainbusters on any social media, rap Twitter. I'm only putting it on Twitter. Just to give you an insight on what's going on here, Brainiacs, we're chilling at Marburger Studios, New York City, a.k.a. Moose's apartment, and we're watching WrestleMania 2000 on in the background. Why do we choose this one?
Because there's a McMahon in every corner.
Because pimping ain't easy, man. And why not? So we've got that on, and we're ready to talk about all of the matches that are going to happen. We're going to call Vin Man, who is caught in New York City traffic. He's not able to get to the studio, so we're going to try to get him on the phone. Dr. Calzones is running the entire show right now, but unfortunately, Dr. Calzones, during NXT TakeOver, drank way too much torta juice.
Torta shakes.
I don't know what he said.
It's horchata and torta put in a blender.
So apparently you and the doctor were in some kind of car accident because you have a black eye, and the doctor has to drink his tortas. I don't know what's going on.
Anything out of a straw is usually a good idea WrestleMania weekend, is what I say. However you consume your food quickly, because there's so much going on, is the right move to do.
Now,
for WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, and every year it's a different plan, right? You got moon pies some years. Yeah. Some years you get a whole bag of burgers. Some years you just eat a burger every day. That's what I'm doing, and I'm drinking Natty Roosh's Triple J. It's all about Roosh tonight at the G1 Supercard.
Oh, that's what it's all about. Yeah, a man called Wired alluded to it earlier. We had NXT tonight, last night. We're probably not going to delve any more into that on this program. We do have the G1 Supercard tonight, which everyone's, even Vin Man, extremely excited for. I cannot wait to see Long Island up on his feet, hooting and hollering, like a fellow pervert for a Switchblades Jay Whitehose entrance. But yeah, that's tonight.
I can't even look at you wearing that shirt right now.
I was ashamed of walking over here from our establishment.
I think you're going to be surprised how many perverts there are in New York City.
No, I'm not surprised at all about that number. It's the knife perverts.
There are perverts in New York City, but they usually have the courtesy of wearing a trench coat, and they flash you whenever. They don't just wear a shirt that says "I am a pervert" like you're wearing right now with that Switchblade shirt.
That's going to be all tonight, but let's get right down to it. What's causing all this? WrestleMania 35, the 35th anniversary.
The grandmammy of them all.
Tomorrow, it starts at 7 p.m., but the pre-show's at 5. We're going to have a lot of pre-show matches, I think. But before all that, let's just talk about the host of WrestleMania, Alexa Bliss. Moose, how many attire changes would you say?
Ooh, I mean, how many did the New Day go through when they hosted WrestleMania? Who was the host last year?
There was no host last
year.
year.
A hostless WrestleMania?
And it still
That's shattering 2 years of tradition.
It was the city of New Orleans celebrating their tricentennial.
Tricentennial.
I mean, I'm most interested in how many wardrobe changes she has. As what are her powers specifically?
She makes matches.
Anything and everything.
Matches, but she's making matches on SmackDown Live.
Musical guest match stipulations.
She made matches on Raw and
She
SmackDown.
made those two guys from SNL forcefully into the Battle Royal, right? Mm-hmm. No, here's a real question though: who's going to go through more changes? Alexa Bliss's wardrobe or Triple J's socks? That's the
well, I do get to take a break in this year's WrestleMania, so I'm going to make the most of that.
Well, Alexa Bliss is hosting. She's, I'd say, the second or third most beautiful host we've ever had for WrestleMania.
Behind The Rock,
and also behind the host of, Xavier was a very, very beautiful man, so I'd say he's probably number 2. And then we're going to have Alexa Bliss getting involved, I think. I think she's going to be in the Women's Battle Royal. That's my first big prediction of the day.
You think she's going to interject herself
at the end of the match and toss Asuka out in a minute?
That doesn't sound like her. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's get on to some matches that we know are going to happen. This one, almost an RKO out of nowhere. You got the Revival coming off you still got to say a successful title defense.
Did they leave with the championships?
Monday night.
That's
successful to
They
me.
did. Taking on Queens' own and Long Island's own Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Mm-hmm. Is this, are they going to get over that hump? Are they going to get over and get that brass ring? Is this the first...
I don't know why Zack Ryder associated himself with such a loser in Chris Hawkins. I mean, he was doing okay for himself.
Chris?
What is his name?
That's his brother.
Kurt. See? Don't even recognize the man. Although, Zack Ryder's on a high right now. Newly engaged Zack Ryder.
I don't know.
Yeah, but he hasn't. I mean...
He's engaged to a woman we've seen on national TV have a nervous breakdown at her wedding. So good luck to him. I don't know. That's a whole...
People can change.
That's a whole issue. That's a lot of baggage Zack Ryder's taking on there.
Where did this match come from? I don't understand. When did it get announced?
It's WrestleMania. They're the Raw Tag Team Champions. They're required to defend the championships. Hawkins and Ryder were at the right place in the right time, and they're going to have...
They were in Gorilla at the right place.
It's like, remember WrestleMania X7 when Kurt Angle needed an opponent? Chris Benoit just says, I want to beat you. And then they had an amazing match at WrestleMania X7. That's it. This is just... we're the champions. We're at the top of the pecking order.
We'll face anybody. Especially a guy who hasn't won a match in 4 years. Yeah. And, they got him. And there's been plenty of matches in WrestleMania history. I don't know why people act like this is new, where a match is made with it's a match. And this is for a championship, so there are stakes.
Matches have been made on free-for-alls, on Sunday Night Heats.
The Rock did face Eric Rowan at WrestleMania 32.
Exactly.
Right.
Triple J, can you tell me the exact instance that the match was booked for WrestleMania 3 between the Can-Am Connection and Don Morocco and whoever the hell his partner was in that match?
I don't have that on the top of my head right now.
So there you go. You don't need to know exactly when and where or why a match was made. You just know that it's on fucking WrestleMania and it's for some championships.
But it's the Revival, the tag champs taking on a team that they have not won as a team. Kurt Hawkins hasn't won in God knows who long.
Since he's been in WWE.
How long?
Do you think anybody's going to bleed like a stuck pig like Pete Gas is in this hardcore match we're watching right now?
I don't think so. And
that's just... Oh my God.
I mean, I'm picking the Revival. I'm thinking everybody else is also, right?
I can't...
I'm going with Hawkins and Ryder. They're in their hometown.
I think the tag belts, they've lost their luster a little bit. I think you really want to rejuvenate these tag belts and restore them the prestige they once had.
What do you mean? They're plenty shiny. I think they've got great luster.
I think Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are going to run away with it.
Zack Ryder, he's had his WrestleMania moment already.
Yeah, but they're in New York. Him and Kurt Hawkins are from just down the road in Long Island, which is really only like a few miles away, but takes about 4 hours to get to from MetLife. Either way, they're close. They're going to have family there. They're going to.
Mr. Met might be there. Mr. and Mrs. Met might be there.
And we know Mets fan forever will be there, and we know that all their toy buddies are going to be there, rooting them on, holding up their Zack Ryder toys.
Zombie Sailor is going to be there.
Yeah, you're going to have their broskies. So I'm going with the Majors brothers.
That's.
I'll just go with the Revival because
maybe Edge gets involved and spears the Revival.
We know he's there.
The Edge heads.
Help his nephews.
Oh my God!
In the match.
I'm sorry, I just have to watch.
Holy shit! Viscera's on the top rope. And the ring is still up. Okay, go to the next match, Triple J.
All right, next. Now, this is confirmed for a kickoff match. You got the Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy, taking on Tony Nese in this one.
It's like 600 pounds of men.
I have not been following this story, but I'm going to go with consistency and just pick Buddy Murphy right off the bat.
He's arguably the greatest cruiserweight of all time, but also you got to think of the interesting background for this story. I mean, you're talking
Nobody there is going to know the background for this story other than you.
If you watch 205 Live, you know that these two have been workout partners for close to 2 years, and as soon as Tony Nese became a contender, Buddy Murphy turned on him because I think he feels threatened. On the other hand, Buddy Murphy is legitimately just a great wrestler. I'm picking him to win, but Tony Nese knows him better than anybody who's faced him. Imagine Musta Mark. It's like you and I, we used to clang and bang together all the time in the gym.
Absolutely.
And I never, we'd go out afterwards and we'd eat, and I'd say, if we ever compete against each other in a battle of whatever, it's going to be friendly. And this is the same deal, but in this case, Buddy Murphy lied and he kicked him from behind.
Yeah, I'm all for sportsmanship and sports entertainment, but some rivalries are just you have to be on an equal footing. You got to be come to the table with all your cards exposed, and Buddy Murphy does not do that.
And it's we were
including his weight.
Yeah,
you and I remember back in college, we were working out, we were doing some bodybuilding stuff, and
I don't remember that.
Musta Mark entered into one of the competitions that I was normally dominant in.
Yeah, I ran out of creatine that day.
Yeah,
and you could have said no.
I gave you mine.
No, you said. You could have used my lack of explosiveness and recovery time to win yourself, but you didn't. You wanted us to go in there on an equal footing. And
you were like, I'm out of muscle milk. I gave it to you.
What is going on here?
So that's what friends do. But these guys were friends like that. But Buddy Murphy feels threatened. It's going to be an amazing match. Probably will steal the show. It's going to be all the stars. I expect Uncle Dave to maybe do a whole special on this one day. Maybe write a whole book about this match one day. It's going to be that good.
Now,
Buddy Murphy wins.
Now, Tony Nese is the one from Philadelphia?
No, he's actually from Long Island as well. A lot of hometown boys getting a big shot in this WrestleMania.
Tony Nese is the one with the abs.
He's got 8 abs. 8 reasons why he might win this match.
Oh, jeez. I mean, look, the Cruiserweight match, whatever the 205 matches, the last few WrestleManias have been, they've been okay. They're okay.
They were matches.
I expect this one to be just the same, although I don't see how Buddy Murphy loses. Oh my God!
Pete Gas is really bleeding.
How Buddy Murphy loses
all
this
over
match.
that sweater vest.
Those speed limit signs are razor sharp. Those cookie sheets and speed limit signs. Cruiserweight Buddy Murphy. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, questionable whether he's a cruiserweight or not.
Well,
is this the main event as far as anyone's concerned?
As far as I'm concerned, this is. If you love 205 Live like I do, this is the main event.
I don't know if it would
the main event of the pre-show.
I don't know if it would main event 205 Live, to be 100% honest with you guys, but we'll just go from there.
I mean, Oni Lorcan is on 205
Yeah,
Live now. He's very good, but I'm going with Buddy Murphy, and I'm just excited to know who his next challenger will be because he would, after beating Nese, would have beaten literally the whole roster.
Wow.
Well, there's Ricochet. I'm sure they'll put him there.
Let's not overlook tomorrow night on that, and let's also not overlook the women's battle royal. Long Island, you've already made a bold prediction. You think Alexa Bliss is going to interject herself into that match?
I think Alexa Bliss wins this, choke slamming Asuka out of the ring.
Choke slamming Asuka.
Yeah, she does the choke slam.
Who does the choke
Alexa Bliss.
Since when?
Since forever she's done the choke slam. She chokes the girl and then slams her down. She does the choke slam.
Choke push.
It's a choke slam. That's a choke slam.
Choke slam involves lifting. Where's the
No,
leg?
it doesn't. No, it involves slamming.
So power slam, you can just roll somebody over and that's a power slam.
Yeah, if you slam them to the
If
to
you
the
push
mat.
someone off the couch, is that a power slam?
Do you believe what Alexa Bliss when she chokes and slams them to the ground? Is that a choke slam?
She gets huge air on those chokes.
First of all, I don't think she's going to be in the match. She's got a very
It's a choke
important role here. Do I need to?
Should I name this episode BBR? It's a choke slam.
Do I need to name all the female competitors?
Of course.
Okay, go ahead.
Name them all.
You've got
I love
Asuka.
lists.
You've got real Carmella, but not Egyptian Carmella.
No,
You've
she's
got
an
Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Neki, Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mickie James, and Zelina Vega. That's all that's confirmed.
That's confirmed
right now.
Real murderer's row right there.
You're definitely gonna have some NXT women there.
Yeah, but Asuka has to be so mad.
Do you think Toni
Why?
Storm will be involved?
She eliminated.
She could. She's there.
Piper Niven.
Piper could be involved.
Piper
Jenny.
would be an instant favorite just based on her size.
Jenny.
Jenny, no, she's like, I don't know. But
Mayu Iwatani.
who did
Fascinating.
Asuka eliminate at the end of that scuffle on SmackDown Live?
Oh, I don't.
It was a guy.
Yeah, EC3.
No.
Yeah,
It was Jeff Hardy.
remember.
Jeff Hardy.
Dave, if you can eliminate Jeff Hardy from a battle royal, that makes you the instant favorite.
Which one of those gals is going to be able to gorilla press the most people over?
Bianca Belair.
Rhea Ripley.
Oh yeah.
If she's in it, yeah.
Triple J, I might have to borrow some socks before Ripley shows
Boost
up.
the mark. You're not listing any women who might be in this match that aren't announced. Or
Did we say
someone
Lacey Evans?
Ooh,
will
Lacey
Lacey Evans
Evans.
enter the ring, or will she just do an entrance?
I think
and
this is
leave?
going to be Lacey Evans' long-awaited second in-ring competition debut.
What was her first?
The Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
She was in it a long
It's
time.
been a
too.
long time.
Yeah.
You tapping? Who's tapping?
Yeah. Crash Holly's bleeding. And do you think any women will bleed in this match, Triple J?
Well.
That's with that comment, we've got to move on to the men's.
Wait, who did everyone pick?
No one picked anyone.
I can't pick. It's too.
You must pick. That's the whole point of the show.
Unpredictable.
Say a name.
I think Lacey Evans is going to walk away with it.
Alexa Bliss.
I'm gonna go Asuka.
I'm gonna go Sonya Deville. It's her time.
That's a good choice. I like that.
And we are on Kurt Angle's farewell match. I know one thing's for sure. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry
Whatever
when it's
happens.
over. Whatever
The
happens.
decent thing to come out of the city of Pittsburgh is done.
I will have tears in my eyes. And what are you talking about? Technically, Brainbuster Radio, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
that's questionable.
I mean, it is really born in the Brainbuster universe, but Pittsburgh's within that. It's a very important place for all of professional wrestling, and Kurt Angle is perhaps the man most synonymous with the city.
You know, while I said I'm concerned, I'm still picking Kurt Angle in the farewell match here. What a 2 months this guy has had. You know,
I'm so nervous because losing to Baron Corbin in your last match is embarrassing for Kurt Angle if it happens. But what if Kurt wins or loses and still is in the ring and there's people yelling "Don't retire" or something, and you still got it, and then could someone maybe come out and re-challenge him for a second match?
Would that be fair?
well, this is his farewell match, though.
Yeah, but what if he has a farewell match? What if he has two farewell
What if
matches?
it ends in a no contest?
What if Baron Corbin no-shows? What if Baron Corbin parties too hard at Duff's with all the metalheads Saturday night, doesn't make it to WrestleMania, and Kurt Angle's in need of an opponent? Who would it be?
Well, then all bets are off. Then
What I'm getting to here, Moose the Mark,
who it would be is whoever's in gorilla position at that time.
You're putting way too much stock in that.
It's true.
Moose the Mark, there's a lot of chatter about a certain individual who had his first match against Kurt Angle not being present at WrestleMania or being a part of it. Is there any way John Cena comes out and gets involved with Kurt Angle, or at least comes out to say thanks, Kurt?
I just can't imagine a WrestleMania without John Cena. I'm sure he's going to be there in some capacity. I mean, even last year when he didn't have a match at all, he had no way to get to WrestleMania. He was still there as a fan.
But we haven't heard anything from Cena.
Well, I mean,
We have actually.
Well, last year he ran his mouth, and look what happened.
According to the internet, John Cena did some interviews, and he says, "I will always be at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, I have nothing to do there this year, but I'll be there."
okay.
He's in New York.
Ring crew. That's
There's a
all
lot for him to
yeah.
do, but for the rest of the show now, until everybody says this is where I think he gets involved or he'll be a part of the show.
If you really think about it.
I'm asking the question: do you think John Cena will be involved with Kurt Angle?
No, because if you think
I don't.
about it, his last moment at MetLife Stadium was standing over The Rock in victory. Why would you want to come back to MetLife and do something that's not as big as that?
I mean, that was a great moment for him. I'm going to say John Cena comes out to say, thanks, Kurt, for showing me what it meant to have ruthless aggression.
And then he headbutts him.
Like, Daniel Bryan will never top
Samoa Joe
WrestleMania 30 at the Superdome. He shouldn't have gone back for 34.
I mean,
same thing for Cena.
He's
Just
still
stay
won.
away. Next year in Tampa, make a better moment.
How about you, Mr. Mark? Does Cena get involved here?
I don't think Cena gets involved here. I think
Too much respect for Kurt Angle.
I think Baron Corbin's going to get put over huge. I think he's going to just beat this old man within an inch of his life and end his career. And
No, but Baron Corbin has had his chances. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, did nothing with it. He won the Money in the Bank briefcase, did nothing with it. I mean, I feel like he's had his chances. He was even the commissioner, or whatever, of Raw, general manager. And fuck that up. Why would he be given another chance to do something big for his career?
Because all it takes is 3 seconds. That's it. You just got to get those shoulders on the mat for 3 seconds, and you can enter the Hall of the Immortals.
The thing no one's talking about with this match, though, is it's another one in a long line of general managers doing battle at WrestleMania. I mean, do you think this will top Team Johnny versus Team Teddy?
That was a better match than some people remember. I don't think this one's going to go very long.
Really?
I think Kurt's, he's blowed up.
Will this be a lot of people are saying there's going to be some short matches. There are a lot of matches. Sometimes some will go short. Sometimes people win.
I think this is
real quick.
A shorter match.
So it'll be one of the short matches.
It's not going to be, it's not going to be as short as whenever Brock Lesnar defeats Seth Rollins or anything.
Well,
like that.
I mean, obviously everybody knows that.
Which we'll get to later.
How about you, Dr. Calzones? Do you think Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin will be the shortest match of the day?
I don't know. Maybe. It's going to be a tough choice. I don't know. I don't know what kind of Kurt we're getting.
Well, do you think Kurt Angle is gonna have his actual last match against Baron Corbin?
Unless if I don't see John Cena in the front row, then I'm going to say it's going to go.
Oh, well, he thinks John Cena might be involved too.
I don't know. I just don't see it happening.
He's with me. All right, Dr. Calzones is with me on John Cena getting involved with Kurt Angle.
Now, Dr. Calzones, I know you just joined us a little bit ago. To me, I did not think John Cena was going to be there. I don't think he's going to be involved in this at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't either. I don't think he's going to be there either.
What, he's just all of a sudden, what's the hell's going on here?
He's allowed to change his mind.
What is going on? What did you even give him a punishment, Triple J?
Oh, I gave him probably the worst punishment.
What's his punishment?
Dr. Calzones, before WrestleMania, he has to give a toast, putting me over and the Brainbuster universe. So I did include all of you.
Oh,
I know it's going to be very tough for him. And you know what, Dr. Calzones, I'm going to add something. Never before done. I'm going to add something to your punishment. I want you to eat a whole chocolate bar. Too.
No.
I know you hate that. The whole thing, not just half of it. The whole chocolate.
So literally, he just has to cut together the entire Brainbuster radio shows since the Rumble and this morning for the chocolate bar.
Whatever he does.
That's going to be hard, man. I'm going to try my best with it.
I know.
Do you realize? You remember he made you write him a song? And bow to his feet and kiss his feet, basically.
That was a number of years ago.
I don't even remember that. I don't even think I was around. I thought that was
I don't really remember that. I don't remember writing that song for him. Really. So, all right, let's. Who knows what John Cena is going to be doing? Let's talk about something that we know Finn Balor is going to be doing. He is going to be sticking out his tongue and just making guttural noises because he is challenging Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. Once again, another, not a stipulation per se, but something else thrown in at the last minute. The Demon is going to be there. The Demon didn't even show up against Brock Lesnar. I don't know why he's needed.
That's because the Demon was scared.
The Demon was scared of the beast.
No, the Demon doesn't get scared.
The Demon was scared of the beast. I want to ask, though, Musta Mark, you are really into Irish folklore.
Oh, yeah.
Can you maybe tell us some stories that might heed what might happen, give us a little glimpse into what is foretold about this Intercontinental Championship match that could feature either Bobby Lashley bending over and showing us his gaping asshole, or the Demon
and tater tots
winning the Intercontinental title.
The ancient Celts, they had a myth in one of those books about mythology. They always said the Demon, he doesn't show up whenever you need him, but he shows up whenever it's time for for a major change, an extinction event, a paradigm shift in the way we treat humanity and each other. And I think tonight, this is the time when the Demon's going to show up, and he's just going to, solve all the world's problems and beat Bobby Lashley and get that Intercontinental title back where it belongs. A little proper number 12, proper Irish whiskey.
I don't know about how Irish folklore could affect a specimen like Bobby Lashley. This man's chiseled out of granite.
Yeah, the Almighty, and you're going to have Leo Rush in the corner.
Elias.
Can Leo Rush can you even heckle a demon? Would that work?
Oh, I mean, Leo Rush against the Demon. Would he be? I feel like he'd be like the guy in a horror movie who talks shit to the monster and then just gets fucking murdered. Like, Leo Rush is too much of a cocky dick to stand down to the Demon when he should.
Unless it's, sometimes you can talk shit to the killer and win, like Busta Rhymes did in Halloween Resurrection.
He is no Busta Rhymes. He's David, and the Demon. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared. I got Bobby. No, not scared.
Well, did we make our predictions yet?
Yeah, I'm predicting.
I don't know if we made it. Well, I'm going Demon. I'll say that.
I'll say Demon.
I'm predicting Bobby Lashley, and I hope that when he bends over, he's bending towards us. How about you? You got this guitar in your hand.
Well, there's another one that's not exactly listed as a match.
No.
Oh, wait.
We got to make our official prediction.
I know, but I want to ask the doctor real quick because there's Irish mythology, but there's also Mexican mythology.
If you say so.
I want to know what kind of, if there's anything we could learn from Mexican mythology that might give us a glimpse into what Finn Balor's got going on with the Demon. How about it, doctor?
Well, Long Island, the only kind of demons we have is El Cucuy, and we have La Llorona.
Yeah, La Llorona. That's the one I've been hearing about. Could La Llorona show up?
I think it's pronounced La Lorna.
What about El Cuco or Cuckoo?
No, he's saying El Cucuy.
El Cucuy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
can Stephen King book.
Can La Llorona show up and maybe and help Bobby Lashley? Could he summon La Llorona?
Well, I mean, again, La Llorona only comes out with children, so if Finn Balor has any children, then...
Oh, so then La Llorona would probably go after Leo Rush then instead.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, then the Demon's got a really good shot at winning.
I'm going with the Demon myself.
Wow. All right, well but you got this guitar in your hand, so I guess you want to talk...
Well, we should, because we've also been advertised. This isn't a match per se, but we do have a special performance from...
Elias!
That's it. I just wanted to do that.
That's right.
Have you been practicing that for a long time there, Moose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this probably not the biggest WrestleMania performance because it's hard to talk Pitbull. Let's say that much.
Yeah, I mean, WrestleMania performances, there's been so many. We're on WrestleMania 35. We're talking Aretha, Ray Charles, Little Richard,
Willie Nelson,
Boyz II Men,
Limp
Bizkit.
Kid Rock, right?
Motorhead.
The DX.
Drowning Pool.
And now
Saliva.
And now it has culminated 35 years to get to this. And now we have the ultimate, the biggest music star in the world at their peak is performing at WrestleMania. Now, of course, Fred Durst was at the peak of his powers when he was at WrestleMania. But he was not even close to what Elias is musically.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Joan Jett.
Oh, no, not Joan Jett. No, she's way past her prime. Just like Ronda Rousey. Hi-ya! That's coming later. What about Elias, though? He's going to perform. What song does he sing? How many songs? Will he do it from the ring, from the stage? Will someone interrupt him? It's also the big question.
Well, clearly, I think someone's going to interrupt Elias. The question is, we're in New York City. This is, the birthplace of punk rock. This is the home of Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, a story of his own. Maybe Tony Bennett's going to come out and interrupt him. Who knows?
Tony Bennett comes out crooning.
Tony Bennett.
Elias.
Tony Bennett coming out with Alicia Fox on one arm and Dana Brooke on the other. Crooning. I could see it happening. It's New York City. I would like to see maybe dueling pianos. Ooh. I'm hoping Elias, very underrated piano player. I'm hoping we get to see him on the keys, and maybe they'll roll out like Elton John, and they'll do some dueling pianos here. 88 keys.
I just want him to perform. Why does anybody have to interrupt him?
Someone always interrupts Elias. That's
why can't we just, for once in our lives, actually enjoy Elias?
I wish it was possible, but someone's going to interrupt him. So you got to predict who will be John Cena.
No,
as a rapper.
Who the hell is John Cena?
Do you think John Cena comes out, saying, "Yo"? So you think?
Well, if he comes out as the
Thugonomics.
What are the chances Bumpy Knuckles and John Cena come out and interrupt?
Again, I'd say poor.
Who's going to interrupt him then?
Nobody has to interrupt him.
When has Elias not been interrupted?
Well, it's been a while. I'll give you that.
So he will be interrupted.
But the
odds are very great that he'll be interrupted.
If he's interrupted, it's just whoever's in gorilla position. Could be Heath Slater for all we know.
We know that Elias he's been in New York City for 2 weeks now, just playing guitar under scaffolding and standing in front of some of the greatest music venues of all time. He was in the rain.
I saw him at Tin Pan Alley. He was really hanging out. He was really getting a lot of money too.
He's making connections. He's seeing his old friends for the music biz. Maybe he's gonna bump into Bruce in an elevator. Maybe he's gonna, see Lady Gaga at a Sony Music reception or something. I think the sky's the limit as far as who's gonna interrupt Elias, but my gut tells me Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Oscar-winning Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, we brought this guy up yesterday. I think it's definitely going to be him. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Pitbull?
Eric Bugenhagen.
Oh, Eric Bugenhagen! Oh, that would be great.
That would be the best thing if that happens, then I'll be okay with Elias being interrupted.
So when it comes to WrestleMania, there are 3 things guaranteed every year. The big dog,
a little bit of blood.
The big dog defends his yard. Shane McMahon jumps off of something high, and Long Island Iced Tea loses his voice. But this year, in addition to losing my voice, if Bugenhagen comes out, I will have a very sore neck and probably won't be able to.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
How about you, Doctor? Do you think Vicente Fernandez shows up and interrupts Elias?
Well, he's officially retired now from touring, so.
But who knows? Maybe he shows up. Could the ghost of Selena maybe interrupt him?
Oh man, beady beady boom boom. Oh damn.
The Doctor, how much would you regret not being able to attend in person because of some visa issues? If the ghost of Selena shows up,
I'm gonna say about 2%, but 95% regret not going because Triple J's there.
How can a ghost run into some visa issues?
The Doctor's not here because of visa issues.
Oh, the Doctor had visa issues. I thought there was I thought you were talking about in Beetlejuice, Selena's in some.
We're not ready for you.
She had to wait for her ticket next to some man sprinkling tiny head dust on her or something.
I thought WrestleMania was at the new Ram Stadium. I was waiting there all day this morning, and I realized it's in New York.
Yeah, it's in New York, Doctor, but we're glad you're running the show.
It's not Estadio Azteca. Sorry, not this year.
We're still glad you're able to run the show, from clear across the country, Doctor. Just make sure you're here in New York when AAA comes here in September. Oh, yeah. That's the big moment.
I think I'll be the only one.
Yes, because Roosh was going to be on that card probably too, Triple J.
Roosh. He is going to be on the card tonight, but for the card tomorrow, the United States Championship in a rare one-on-one match is going to be defended. You got...
maybe.
What? It's announced. You got Samoa Joe taking on Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, but
what maybe?
He hurt his ankle. Rey Mysterio hurt his ankle.
You think he's going to give up that easy?
I mean, I would.
How's Rey Mysterio can he get cleared for WrestleMania is the question.
Currently, the answer is yes.
Or did you want a plastic one? Oh, that is a plastic one. We're passing out toothpicks here, Brainiacs. You know what? You guys talk about Rey Mysterio. I'm getting a Roosh.
I mean, what do you need to know? It's Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. The biggest little man ever.
Now, do you think Rey Mysterio's son's going to be in his corner?
Dominic?
Yeah.
El Hijo de Rey Mysterio Jr.? From everything we've seen, yes. Well... yes, but you know how Samoa Joe targets family members.
Joe, I hurt my ankle against Corbin on Monday. I can't go. But you know what? You're still going to have a match against my son, Dominic.
My large son. Dominic Mysterio Jr.
And then Dominic's going to come out and he's going to be wearing an Andre the Giant singlet.
He's a big boy.
He's gonna be wearing the one
I don't think
strap.
he's big. He's just regular.
I'm pretty sure he's fucking
He's
huge.
just next to Rey Mysterio is probably all it is.
That's going to be a match whenever it's Dominic Mysterio versus
Big Show.
Goldberg's son one day. That's going to be like Walter and Peter Doom.
I'm really hoping that if Ray wrestles and wins, he puts it
On his
on his shoulders like Goldberg's son. Moose the Mark, who's bigger, Dominic or Goldberg's son?
Oh, I mean, Goldberg's son is girthier, but I think Dominic's
Sunberg.
son is Sunberg.
They're different ages.
That's a future. That could be WrestleMania 45 written all over right there.
No, that's Matt Riddle and Velveteen Dreams. We already established that.
Listen, Samoa Joe
Finally gets to wrestle at WrestleMania, maybe.
He didn't wrestle last year?
No, this is his first WrestleMania.
Oh, then he probably won't. Maybe.
I got Samoa Joe on this one, keeping it.
Is Samoa Joe cursed at WrestleMania? It's either he gets hurt or now his opponent gets hurt at WrestleMania, before WrestleMania. It's unfortunate. But it's a U.S. title match one-on-one at WrestleMania.
There hasn't been a lot of build.
Our country is going to have its most prestigious championship on display at the Grand Mammy of them all.
Finally.
I mean,
at long last.
It's great. I mean, I'm super excited. I'm picking Samoa Joe to choke out Rey Mysterio, maybe even rip his mask off.
Ooh.
And what if he rips it off and reveals it's Dominic?
I think we'll all know well before
that's not like Chris Jericho Pentagon Jr. type.
Oh, you don't think? Okay.
I think we can tell.
Doctor, how big is this for Mexico that Rey Mysterio's back at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's good to see. It's been a while, but I'm just hoping he could actually show up without his ankle injury, affecting his match.
And what about Hijo de Rey Mysterio Jr.? I mean, legacies are always a big thing in Lucha Libre. What are they saying? Is he going to be like Blue Demon Jr. or is he going to be like lame like La Parka Jr.?
I don't know. I've been hearing he's been training. I haven't had a chance to see him yet. But if he could be just half of what Rey Mysterio was, he'll be fine.
It's a big, a lot of people are talking. It's a big weekend for Lucha Libre this weekend. I mean, New York City in September, Triple A is coming here. But, I mean, we have Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. We have the main event of WrestleMania and the best wrestler in the world dating one of the best luchas in the world. It's confirmed, Chon Chon and Charlotte. Charlotte Chon Chon. It is a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for the couple.
Alistair and Zelina. My apologies.
Alistair and Zelina.
Zelina's one of the best lucha in the world.
And they date?
Yes. They're married.
They're married?
Yes.
Alistair Black?
Yes.
And Selena Vega?
Yeah.
Really?
Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know this. For real?
You should know all this stuff.
I don't know this. I don't watch TMZ.
You don't have to watch TMZ. Just watch Uncle Dave do interviews from his kitchen table.
Well, they're all great. They're all great, but none of them are big slabs of meat like Roosh, who we're going to see tonight. And in honor of Roosh, can you explain to the Brainiacs, Moose the Mark, or Triple J?
I think Moose would be better to explain.
Moose the Mark, can you explain the beverage I'm about to open up?
So Long Island is holding a vintage 25 fluid ounce can of Natty Roosh. 8% alcohol by volume, a premium malt liquor beverage.
It's flavored.
And this flavor isn't just watermelon. This is watermelon smash. And I will warn you, Long Island.
It is WrestleMania, so I got a special edition.
1 extra ounce. That's right. Not 24 ounces.
Let me see this thing.
This is more than a tall boy. This is a tall man.
This is a tall hombre because it's Roosh.
Malt beverage with artificial flavor and certified color.
Yeah,
but you gotta get some color.
Yeah. Like Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole and everybody at TakeOver with their bad tails.
I will caution you, Alan, that does contain alcohol.
This does?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pop it.
This is like a Monster and a beer put together.
I don't think they actually. I think they just make it look like there's caffeine shit in there, but I think they could do that.
Contains alcohol.
This is like a full.
So is it just a beer?
This is a malt beverage with artificial flavor and certified color.
Yeah.
It's Natty Roosh, and it's more loco than a Four Loco. It's Roosh, El Toro Blanco.
Doctor, just so you can relate, this is basically the white man's version of Four Loco.
No, this is the Roosh version of Four Loco. If If you drink this, you're going to be able... This is how you get up to 88 miles per hour when you throw some chon.
You're saying that if they had that in 1885, they would have been fine.
Oh, absolutely.
While we're at our intermission here and enjoying beverages, I think we should maybe take some questions from the crowd. Do you think there's anyone in the crowd who could pick out, maybe ask the Brainbusters a question or so?
I saw creepy Virginia lady here.
Virginia.
Yep. Okay. Hold on. We are doing this at Moose's apartment, but it's really actually Moose's Boobie's apartment, and she's making us gabagool, and we've got a bunch of people here, just like Uncle Dave. You there in the front.
Hi guys. For first time, long time.
Hi.
Please
get your lips off the microphone.
Sorry.
Sir.
I just had a question about this is kind of an old school question, but I just wondering what you guys think of Ken Patera and whether Ken Patera, why didn't he become a big star? And do you think Ken Patera could have made a difference in AEW? Thanks. I'm sorry. Thanks.
First, Mike, I'll answer your question with a question. Are you Ray Romano? and second, I think Ken Patera. Ken Patera would have been a great addition to AEW, one of the strongest goddamn men to ever wrestle. I prefer him with blonde hair versus brown hair. He did say some racist things once upon a time on Tuesday Night Titans, but he's not canceled, Moose the Mark, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you for your question, and thank you for your $80.
I didn't see any of that money.
Yeah, Brainiacs, just so you know, next year it's experimental this year, having people live for the WrestleMania show. But next year... Oh, yeah, take a swig of Rouge, Wire.
Passing the Rouge around.
And next year, Brainiacs, we are going to have it open to the public.
Okay,
show up.
That's not bad, actually.
Ask questions, participate, and just don't put your mouth on the microphone. Even girls are allowed to come, Triple J, next year.
Yes.
Live Brainbuster Radio. And there will be free Natty Rouge for all of Brainiacs.
Hoping to get that sponsorship deal. We're going to have to see. All right.
Wait, let's get one more question from the audience, if we can. Let's go to the Asian gentleman in the front. Yes. Who will cheat at WrestleMania most?
Well, sir, for that question, Seth Rollins is going to try to cheat the most.
Obvious answer.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. I personally don't think so. Yeah, that's the only thing.
I mean, it's a consensus. Maybe Seth Rollins is the only. He's really the only cheater I ever can think of anymore. Yeah.
Actually, sir, I think Brock Lesnar might cheat too.
Wait, who the hell is that? Kick that guy out of here.
No, I just wanted to type in. I'm sorry.
Kick that fucking asshole out of here. What's the next match, Triple J?
Oh, the next match.
Swiggeroosh for the WrestleMania.
The next match. Oh, this might be the biggest.
Try this shit. It's really good.
It's actually really good.
Does it taste like an energy?
I don't know what it is.
It tastes like...
It's like a Laffy Taffy with beer.
I'll take a swig.
You know what you know what it tastes like? It tastes like a big white bull.
El Toro.
Hitting you right in the face. A lot of meat.
All right.
Tastes like bull meat.
This match, it's all about...
It smells like farts, but it tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Yes.
It's all about SmackDown Live. It's all about who the face is, and it's all about rent being due. AJ Styles taking on the landlord, Randy Orton. I mean, they gave away for free that whole phenomenal forearm into an RKO spot.
Who gave it away? AJ gave it away.
On the Go Home SmackDown.
AJ gave it away. Why would AJ throw himself into the air at Randy Orton like that?
I feel like Randy Orton completely missed he saw the opportunity to do the RKO, and he should have just taken the phenomenal forearm and saved that for WrestleMania as an offensive maneuver.
You're right.
He shouldn't have given it up. Now AJ's got that mindset.
You show your hand a little bit, but if you took that forearm on Tuesday night, that's going to take a lot out of you for Sunday night. I don't know. This is so difficult to pick.
I mean,
here.
you've got a druggie against a guy who a lot of people still don't believe belongs in the WWE. And I don't agree with those people, but Randy Orton's one of those people.
Well, I mean,
and we're going to meet some of those in the parking lot, I'm sure. Unfortunately, but. You got the people will say Randy Orton has a drug issue. I don't think he has a drug issue. A lot of both these guys are throwing slurs at each other. It's hard to watch. They're both great competitors, but the personal issue here is making it very, very difficult, Moose the Mark. It's making it very uncomfortable, AJ and Randy Orton.
I mean, this is, the only way this feud can get more personal is if Randy Orton showed up at AJ Styles' house and vaguely threatened his wife and daughter. I mean, I don't think anyone...
I don't think that's as personal as, telling a guy that he doesn't belong there and he's an indie piece of shit and he should...
Well, I don't know. I mean,
he should be at Joey Ryan's penis party instead.
Telling somebody else's daughter that you could be their new daddy is a little bad.
I don't know. I would disagree and say what he said to AJ Styles.
If Randy Orton showed up at AJ's house, it'd be burning.
Listen, if
true.
Randy Orton showed up at AJ Styles' house and told Wendy Styles that he can be, that he's going to move in, Wendy just might say, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, if you see that showing up on your front porch.
I think what Randy Orton's done has been really rude. I think what AJ's done has been really rude, and I can't wait to see these two guys go at it. It's going to be good, and it's going to be a tough one to call. I'm stalling right now because I can't pick a winner.
I want to say these two have not faced each other in almost any type of match.
Have they ever touched?
They have touched on SmackDown, yes.
They have touched.
They have like a
They've
one-on-one?
touched. They have touched, yes, in one-on-one competition. But
they also had that gauntlet match.
This is a stage, unlike any other. It's WrestleMania 35. Before we pick winners, do you think it's even possible with the personal insults? I mean, a lot of people would call it so-called breaking kayfabe. Moose the Mark, what they're doing.
Breaking what?
Kayfabe. It's a word that people say. I don't know what it means.
Is that like the name of the lady who makes the trunks?
Apparently, it means that they say things that are very real and hurtful.
I see. Okay.
And when they say these things, you think, wow, how could they ever mend this fence? Do you think it's possible, after the match, Randy Orton, and who has forgiven people, actually, he's a little bit more remorseful than people give him credit for, could he and AJ Styles possibly one day sit down together and maybe have a roosh?
I mean, these guys could turn into a real bar-style tag team, why can't this match spin out into a best-of-12 tournament over the next year?
I'd love to see it.
I mean, the 12 is an issue. I don't know if you know that, where it has to be 13.
Best of 13.
Or 11.
No, it'd be best of 12, because then it would end even,
Yeah.
and then they'd have to tag team. He makes sense. They never had the seventh match between...
yes, they did. They ended a double count-out.
It did, so that cancels out. They had 6 matches.
It's
An even number.
Dr. Calzones, we're going to put you on the spot right now. Do you think that Randy Orton is going to be getting that rent check from AJ Styles at the end of this match?
I don't know. This is probably the toughest match to choose. I don't know who to. I don't know. I'm scratching Orton in, and I'm scratching AJ Styles in, and I crossed them out. Put Orton then AJ, then Orton then AJ. I don't know who I'm picking.
I mean, I'm scratching myself just thinking about this match. It's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I have to predict. I don't feel very confident in either choice that I'm going to make, but I got to go with Randy Orton in this. Again, if you could create a sports entertainer, it would look like Randy Orton.
Do you agree with anything either man said about each other personally?
I agree with a little bit of both, yes.
You
Both
do?
sides.
I don't agree with any of
Both
it.
sides. You don't agree with any of
I
it?
did not agree with any of it.
AJ Styles belongs in WWE, and there's plenty of room for guys who work the way he did and how he got there. And Randy Orton is not a drug addict, and he knows more than
He
one
never
move.
said drug addict. He just said he failed a drug
And
test.
you know what? The RKO is, if that's the only move you knew, then that's really all you need. So
Diamond, is the RKO not a knockoff Diamond?
absolutely not.
No,
It's totally
no.
different.
Very
It's a maybe a variation, but I don't even see that. I think it's a totally original move.
I miss those old school television.
And I don't think either guy has been really honest about the other, because they're both so threatened by each other, which makes it such a good match. Because they're both so talented. I don't know who to pick yet, though. I'm stalling.
They're still stalling. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now that AJ Styles' reputation at WrestleMania is not the greatest, right? He lost to Chris Jericho.
He beat Shane McMahon.
He did beat Shane McMahon, but
The
Shane
best in the world.
McMahon didn't have anything to jump off of in that match, and that's why that was.
Oh yeah,
kind of unfair.
turnbuckle.
He jumped off,
But he didn't have anything to climb and jump off of. And then last year he beat Shinsuke Nakamura, but Shinsuke I think was already focusing on penises at that point, so I don't know how heavily focused he was in that match. I'm going to say Randy Orton takes this one, only because this isn't the Indies and it's Randy Orton.
So you agree with everything he said about it?
No, not any of it.
But you just said this isn't the
I did
Indies.
not say such a thing.
I just heard you say that.
That's such a lie.
I don't want to roosh to judgment, but I think you're an asshole. How about you, Moose the Mark?
I don't know. I think AJ. I mean, this is Who's older? Is Randy older than AJ?
No.
Yeah, no. A lot of people don't realize this, but Triple J, tell them.
AJ's only 41 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
He's 41.
That's it.
Hey, this guy, who's in WCW?
It's true.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with AJ. I like him better. I like AJ better. I'm gonna go with AJ.
Stay tuned for Moose the Mark's official prediction as he's still up in the air.
Authoritative. No, I'm going with AJ Styles.
Well,
All right,
I feel like
we're stalling.
you guys rooshed through this and didn't give me any time.
We've been talking for 15 minutes.
This is like when you order at a restaurant. I know Triple J, you don't know how this works, but when you order at a restaurant and you say, "Let somebody else go first, I'll go last."
Yeah.
It is your moment. You are last.
I'll have
the orders due. I'm the waitress and your orders due, bitch.
I'll have a burger, medium. All right, that's it. God, the personal attacks really have made it uncomfortable, but the match is going to be incredible. I think I've never seen two competitors get so personal and real with each other leading up to WrestleMania, what these guys have said to each other. The B word has been used way too much in the build to this match, Triple J. I think we could all agree.
Yeah, it has.
But with that said, I'm going with the guy who has the most devastating maneuver. Well, just as I'll pick whoever super kicks the best, if you've got the more devastating finisher, I'm going with Randy Orton. Bigger Haas, better finisher, Randy Orton for the win.
Yeah, I think that's the right choice.
And then maybe after he beats AJ, Randy Orton will get the championship rematch he never got.
I doubt it, but
No, those rematches are a thing of the past.
We can all hope about that. All right, let's talk about first time that the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are going to be defended. Is the curse going to be broken? Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on.
What curse are you talking about?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say that. Now,
Sasha Banks can't defend a goddamn title.
Defended
to
her
save her
tag
life.
titles already.
when?
At the last pay-per-view, or where was it? They beat
Against Big Island?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Was
one.
that a clean victory?
I don't remember, but she won. They were still champions.
Who got the pin?
Nia took it.
Bayley. I think.
Bayley got the pin, so it doesn't
Bayley.
count.
No,
for Sasha.
yeah, it counts. The team
Doesn't
won.
count for Sasha.
Here's
Dr. Calzones, in your medical opinion, does that count as a Sasha Banks successful title defense?
Yeah, they're considered a team. You win together.
That's bullshit.
That's
You're
what
wrong.
I was saying, Dr.
You're wrong. I don't
Calzones.
believe in your voodoo medicine anymore.
You win together, you lose together.
Maybe here's a bigger
Bad boys
question.
for life.
Aren't they calling Beth Phoenix and Glamazon the Divas of Doom instead of Pinup Strong?
Are they?
I thought I saw that.
I did not see that.
Well,
either.
anyway, it's those two taking on Big Island Express, of course, which is Tamina
The only
Snuka
Express that's relevant nowadays.
and Nia Jax and the Iconics on this one. So another fatal four-way match here. I need to think more about this. Somebody else start
You
talking.
just want another excuse to get another pair of socks.
I told you I'm very low on socks this week.
You did tell me that. It's very true.
Don't worry, Triple J. I'll send you some.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Some medias.
Before I pick this match, I want to pose like a Ingo Bernable with my rouge.
What's this man doing?
Hold on one sec.
And of course, Brainiacs, you can find this all on the Twitter at the Brainbusters. Long Allen, he has his Natty Rouge on the floor. It's a sight to be.
I'm tranquilo with my Natty Rouge.
It's a sight to be seen here.
What match are we talking about now?
We're talking about the women's tag team title.
Now, Triple
Fatal
J, if I
four-way.
remember correctly, you had stated before that you didn't even want a women's tag team championships. Have your feelings changed about that?
I think that's sexist.
I said
You're on record. I'll go back to the tape.
You can go back to the tape. I said I did not want it if they're going to have two separate titles on both brands.
No, that's not what you
That's
said.
what I said.
No,
Yes,
I don't
it
believe
is.
you.
Yeah, that's
Yes, one set of tag team titles, that's perfectly fine. But don't give me blue belts and red belts.
Well, you got white belts. I'm sure you love that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't know. This
Should we just count out Big Island Express because they're a target?
I think we should. No, you tell us the mentality of, because you have some inside information on this. I know you do. How are the mentality of the Iconics in their first ever WrestleMania match?
Well, they're as high as a kite. It's their first WrestleMania match. It was just revealed at Access that they're going to get their first official action figures, so that's big news there. And they defeated the champs in a non-title match 2 weeks ago on SmackDown.
You know,
I don't know if I'm ready to say WrestleMania is going to be iconic or not.
These four-way tag matches are so difficult to predict. There's exciting, but the best team obviously in this match is the Iconics, but they don't even have to be pinned to not win the titles. And you got Big Island Express in there. They're dangerous if everybody teams up on them.
Which I think they will.
Yeah, but how? It's not like a battle royal where you can eliminate them right away. They're still in the match.
Why not take them out, throw a whole bunch of chairs on top of them, tilt the
table?
Tilt the table.
Okay, you're going to need a lot more than that. We're talking Big Island Express. They're not Little Island Express, Triple J. This is Tamina and Nia Jax. You're going to need like a tow truck to keep Nia Jax down. She's an irresistible force, literally. So I don't know if that'll even work. And then you've got, of course, Sasha Banks can't win this match. She can't defend a title to save her life.
She's won it.
She's already defended it.
Not really, though. And then we've got the Glamazon. We've got the Glamazon. Natty's going to be fighting for the...
If your team wins, you get the name on the cup.
The Hart Foundation going into the Hall of Fame the night before. I mean, a lot on the line for Natty. Beth in her big return. Edge might get involved in this match as well and spear some people. Oh, man, it's a tough one. I want the Iconics, but I'm picking Beth Phoenix and Natty.
To win the titles.
To win the tag team championships with help from Edge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's far past time for WrestleMania to... You know, there's been a lot of WrestleMania moments. There's one of spectacular, memorable, immortal moments, but there's never been a moment that's truly iconic! And that's why I'm going with Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. The Venus flytrap. And what?
You don't think Shawn Michaels coming down from the rafters on the zip line was an iconic moment?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
No, that was a spectacle. That was what a ride. That's what that was.
I am with you, Moose and Mark. I feel like WrestleMania is going to be
iconic.
And Peyton Royce, congratulations, Triple J, will end up being a tag team champion.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't. If the Iconics win, which I do hope, I just can't wait for the promo of them walking to the ring with the belts. It's gonna be so good.
I think about like them doing
with the belts.
Great.
The posing with the belts, the cutting promos with the belts. It's gonna be great.
We might have to remember at the BBR tailgate to do an Iconics.
Pose? I definitely would like to. Dr. Calzones, can you hit that button on the board that takes us into the future and allows us to hear promos that might be played, aired on SmackDown Live? Can you hit that button real quick?
Nope. Hitting it.
Please?
All right. Triple J, do you want me to press the button?
You know what? That would probably be a good. That'd probably be a good idea. Thank you for suggesting that.
Okay, all right, I'll do it now.
Diddly, 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 diddly.
Now who's cutting the promo?
Oh, fucking hell, we're the champions, mate. Yeah. Let's drink a point. Oh, slap that Foster's all over me pussy. I'm so excited. We're the champions. Champions of the world. Tag team champions. Iconic. Yes. Fucking hell. All the little girls are going to look up to us. Great role models. Yeah, we're fucking role models. Oh, SmackDown Live. We're gonna main event WrestleMania 36. Tag team champions. Oh, yes, call me brother. Let's call me brother up and ask him if he can hang out with us later. We'll get real ripped on some Natty Roosh.
And
SmackDown Live's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be something. I'm going.
Can they air that on Fox?
maybe Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
That's cable.
Yeah.
Val Venus' shirt says, I am cocked, and so am I if the Iconics win.
I don't think they're going to win. I'm going to go with the Connection on this one. We talked about it. The only team that can beat a Connection is an Express, and they haven't done that so far. So, yeah, Sasha Banks and Bayley, I say to retain in this one.
Doctor, did you make a prediction?
I will also keep going with the West Side Connection.
There you go, figured.
That's probably a smart choice.
Yeah, it sounds smart.
Real quick, who would win a match between Roosh and Leo Roosh?
Oh, Roosh.
Wait, I thought we were talking about one and the same.
No, Leo Roosh and Roosh are different.
Oh, my God.
Does the winner keep the Roosh name?
There can only be one Roosh. All right, let's keep moving on here. This is basically the main event of WrestleMania, whether it's on last or not. Drew McIntyre and the big dog Roman Reigns. This has number one contendership written all over it here.
Is it official?
No, it's officially unofficial.
It's about momentum, Wired.
Momentum.
Yes.
I mean, technically, the winner of Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin would have momentum.
Well, it depends who wins that. You can't have momentum if it's your farewell match, if you're retiring.
This match isn't about momentum. This is about finding out if one man who has overcome every kind of odd ever in wrestling, including leukemia, if this man can overcome something he hasn't overcome yet, and that is a Scottish psychopath, Moose the Mark. Roman Reigns can beat leukemia. He could defeat the Beast. He could defend the Yard. He could
retire the
Undertaker and spear him ass backwards over Tea Kettle. He could defeat an entire ring in a Royal Rumble 1 versus all and defend a championship. I still debate that he won that match. He's done it all. He's overcome it all. But can he overcome? Can he beat Drew McIntyre? I believe in the big dog forever, so I say yes, but this might be his toughest test yet at WrestleMania.
I mean, the big dog, there's this old saying that goes, big players play big in big games, and big dogs bring the big fight when it's a big fight feel. And that's what's happening tonight. I mean,
main event, as far as I'm concerned.
This may be the main event as far as I'm concerned.
I think it is.
It very well could be. I mean, you want to talk about the future of WWE. You want to talk about two young studs who can carry this company on their back for the next 30 years. I mean, it's definitely Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre.
There you go.
The Scottish psychopath. I mean, the stakes have never been higher. The momentum is on Drew McIntyre's side. I mean, will Dean Ambrose be involved?
No.
Will Seth Rollins be involved? Will Roman make quick work of him and say, hey, I beat the Scottish psychopath so badly, maybe I should be in that main event with Seth Rollins and the Beast Brock Lesnar.
A title that he never lost.
Title he never lost.
We're talking about the real Universe's champion.
Right, this is a disputed championship. This is an interim.
The real Universe's champion, Triple J, is facing Drew McIntyre. So as far as I'm concerned, this is for the linear Universal Championship.
Yeah, it really is. I think the big dog is going to win this
big
one.
Dog.
But it's going to be a tough, real tough 25 to 35 minute match. And at the end, I think, both these men are going to have to be given oxygen after the match, I think. And, hopefully it's enough. Hopefully the big dog still has some left in the tank.
Big dog.
For the Brock Lesnar-Seth Rollins match whenever Vince McMahon says we need some Roman Reigns out there.
I mean, listen. If any match could shake the Meadowlands, it's this one. This is for the Universe's championship. It's WrestleMania. Think of all the most legendary moments in WrestleMania history, Moose the Mark. I'm staring directly at the most legendary moment of all time. WrestleMania 32, Big Dog holding up that title we're talking about right now.
I thought you were talking about Val Venus making out with Terry and the cat.
No, I'm talking about the one above it. Roman Reigns winning the championship in front of the most people ever at a WrestleMania. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania retiring The Undertaker. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 30 seconds away from defeating Brock Lesnar for this championship. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 10 seconds away from beating Brock Lesnar, but then he was distracted by a beach ball. Roman Reigns is involved in every of all the biggest moments in WrestleMania history. Why wouldn't this be added to the list at WrestleMania 35? Right?
Yes, sure.
What do you mean, sure?
Whatever makes you feel better.
What do you mean? You're rooting against the big dog?
I'm never rooting against the big dog. I'm just saying if that makes you feel better, sure.
Why? It doesn't make me feel better. It's just the truth.
I think he might need another hit of Natty Rouge.
Why don't you drink some Rouge?
Because we still have 5 big matches.
Are you getting blowed up just talking about WrestleMania? How are you going to make it through WrestleMania?
I'll make it through.
Drink some Rouge.
No Rouge for me, please.
Yeah, maybe it's time for another fan question while
Wired gets his bearings. He can't even talk about the big dog. Something's wrong with him.
Let's go to the audience.
Yes, sir, you.
Hey, guys. Big fan. I just wanted to ask if you guys thought that Bobo Brazil will ever get inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. Thanks.
All right, so I'll answer your question with another question. Are you Brad Garrett?
Also, don't be so hard on yourself, bro. I know you're a big fan, but you're not that big.
And second of all, isn't Bobo Brazil already in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Maybe his legacy.
No, he was. He was in 1930, I thought.
Yeah, he was in Bobo Brazil.
30? I don't remember that.
Bobo Brazil's definitely already in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Doctor, you can fact check us on that, right? You're a big Bobo Brazil fan.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
All right, well, we looked that up. Let's go to another question in the crowd.
Hi, y'all. I have a 2-part question. I was just wondering if y'all think that, that this competition... You think AEW is going to ever be real competition with the WWE?
You want to take this, Triple J?
No, they're not going to be real competition because Vince McMahon has too much money. It doesn't even matter how much money he dumps into...
other ventures.
How much? Yeah, into other ventures. There's just so much.
All right, cool. And the second part of my question is, do you think that AEW will ever do an invasion angle or some sort of co-promotion with WWE, or do you think they'll be separate because AEW may be like real competition with the WWE? Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. I think a great question. I think in about 5 years, when Vince McMahon has AEW in his hands, then the AEW will do an invasion angle with the WWE.
Whenever he owns the assets, they'll do an invasion angle.
So you think? Do you think one day that what, Doctor?
In 1994, Bobo Brazil was inducted.
94.
Jesus. It was a year after Andre, right?
So one day you could see Kenny Omega running over Roman Reigns with a semi-truck?
No, he's going to be at home getting paid for not doing anything. It's going to be the lower tier guys.
He's going to pay off their contract.
It's going to be like, Pac is coming back as what was his name before?
Neville,
yeah, that guy.
It would be cool to see Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania staring at each other, looking at the crowd left and right.
So that's actually what WrestleMania do you think that would be?
I mean, maybe they would.
What's a good multiple of 18? And then we'll do that one. 36. Next year, Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns.
Maybe Kenny Omega would do the up, down, down show only. Put him on TV. I don't know. Just
good question.
Yeah, but we're
actually, you know what? I'm going to say that we're going to see AEW in the stands just like the Radicals at WrestleMania this Sunday.
Yeah, you can't go against the big dog in that match. Let's keep moving on here. We were talking about last night, one father finally being proud of his son.
Congratulations to Frank Gargano, by the way. I mean, years of disappointment having a piece of shit loser for a son.
We don't know what Frank Gargano was booking on the time of that match.
Finally,
he made that match go long.
He finally did something. Yeah, you're right.
We still don't know if he approves of
success is not always in winning when you're a bookie. Come on.
The good thing is Frank Gargano is avoiding prison time like Craig Carton. As for Johnny Gargano, he made his dad proud. You're right.
He made his dad proud. We got Shane McMahon taking on Mike Mizanin in a Falls Count Anywhere match here. The best in the world, Shane McMahon, going to prove it once again. I don't need to say anything more. I've made this very clear. I'm going to watch Shane McMahon's entrance, and then I'm going to go to the restroom.
Now, what if?
Why would you ever go to the bathroom during WrestleMania?
Well, then I have to wait for Shane McMahon's entrance.
Why are you not interested in this match at all? We were talking about it on our way over here.
The best in the world, Shane McMahon. What else does he need to prove?
To his father. This is a match where it's all about impressing
Shane
your
McMahon
dad.
Proved that Shane's dad is proud after he fell off that cage.
It's just a thing in life. You're always trying, no matter how old you get. You're always trying to impress your father, make him proud. Miz is doing it. You got Shane McMahon doing it. Who's going to make their daddy proud is the question. And I really believe Shane McMahon's going to do that because we know Vince McMahon loves it when he sees his son falling from something.
I think Frank Gargano may need to call Mr. George and console him and say they'll always be next year.
I don't think Mr. George is even going to be watching the match.
You don't think he's going to be ringside?
No, I think he's going to...
eating a ham sandwich somewhere.
I think he'll be banging Marjo.
I can't wait till The Miz goes onto his little Marjo camera and finds her and Mr. George messing around in the kitchen on the counter.
Wee.
Who would you rather see naked, Marjo or Mr. George?
Mr. George.
I'm not familiar with Marjo.
Oh, trust me, just say Mr. George.
It's old, saggy
I can't
French
believe
boobies.
Triple J, you're going to be leaving this.
Well, I'll be back. And, unless
so
Shane
sad.
finishes him off really quickly, I'll probably be back to see the
No, we
finish.
heard from Vinman what his bathroom break match is this year because he usually has one of those.
I don't know his bathroom break
he's,
match.
He's not going to be sitting with us.
He won't be sitting with us. He's not here right now. I tried calling his phone. He's unavailable. Vinman is...
Is he going to be there?
He's going to be at WrestleMania, allegedly.
We know that he
Hard
left.
subject to change.
Triple J, can you change his punishment to just giving us video evidence that he's actually at WrestleMania?
Well, no, because we're going to see him, even in the parking lot, we're going to see Vin Man at the BBR tailgate.
Well, let's go to Moose the Mark on The Miz and Shane McMahon Falls Count Anywhere
First
match.
off, I have some breaking news from Citi Field. 3 WWE superstars are in attendance at the Mets game.
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder,
No.
Alicia Fox.
No.
Carmella.
Dana Brooke.
No.
The Big
either,
Show.
Either Mandy or Sonya.
Tony Nese.
No.
Is there a woman there?
Yes.
Zelina Vega,
No.
Natty.
Dana Brooke,
No.
Alicia Fox,
No.
Beth Phoenix.
No.
Natty,
Is she on the main roster?
Yes.
Sasha,
Charlotte
Bailey, Becky.
Mickey James.
Mickey
Who said
James,
Okay.
You didn't say Mickey.
I thought she died.
And the third superstar.
Shaul Guerrero,
Big Show.
Yeah, think
Aiden
big.
English.
Think
Be
big.
careful when you start saying the
Ron
I
word.
said
Strowman.
Big Show. I can't get any more
Think main
bigger.
event.
Roman Reigns,
Close.
Drew
Seth
McIntyre.
Rollins,
Yes. Drew McIntyre's at
Drew.
the Mets game, and Mr. Met is dressed up like the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Now, are they throwing out the first pitch, or are they just enjoying the game with a
think
hot
they're
dog
just
in
there-
hand?
I think they're just there to
Are
enjoy
they
this-
reminiscing on old times when they were fighting in the Indies? What are they doing over there?
I don't know. They're
Did
just...
they get a bobblehead?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
no, I'm talking about the superstars.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Can you give us your prediction now on the Falls Count Anywhere match?
Oh, the best in the world is going to win. That's why he's the best
Will
in
he
the
jump
world.
off of something
Now,
high?
2/3 best in the world or 1/3 best in the world?
I mean...
100%.
100% best in the world.
I want to see Triple J's
No, technically, he
reaction
is
to
2/3 best
The
in the
Miz
world.
winning
I
this
know that's
match.
true.
I,
Maybe that's what it is.
That's like a
Triple J doesn't want to be
self-punishment
disappointed.
if that happens.
Or how confident are you that Shane McMahon's going to win?
Very confident.
Triple J, if you miss...
Supremely confident?
Yes.
What would you shotgun a Roosh if Miz lost?
Are they selling Rooshes in MetLife?
If they're smart.
I'm going to bring one in my fanny pack if I have to.
No, let me ask you this, Triple J. Imagine you had
I'm
skipped
kind
the
of
John
fucked up,
Cena.
and I've drank like not even a quarter of this thing.
Imagine you skipped the John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Maurice and Miz match.
I would never skip that.
But why? You just said it's John Cena. What more do you need to know?
I had to be there
You
for
would
the
have missed
proposal.
you would have missed one of the biggest proposals.
I had to be
ever.
there for
You
the
don't know what's gonna
proposal.
happen. You cannot miss a moment.
I don't think
of
anybody's
WrestleMania.
going to propose to somebody in this Shane McMahon.
There's better things
match.
that can happen.
Can I give a death count on this current match we're watching?
3.
It's a 6-man tag. Too Cool in China.
It is a
3. You
No.
got Brian Christopher, Eddie Guerrero, and China are all dead.
Perry Saturn still kicking?
Is he in this match?
Yes.
Eddie.
Yeah, I believe he is.
He's alive.
Okay.
Dr.
Alright.
Calzonis is just doing death checks for us.
Dr. Calzone, is he there?
Wait, no, that wasn't when
Yeah.
Bill Briscoe died. Was
Miz?
it? 94?
Miz or
Still
Shane
look at something else, I
McMahon?
thought.
Wait, Triple J, who'd you pick?
I'm going with Shane McMahon 100%.
All right, so I'm gonna go with.
I mean, do whatever you think is right. Don't let me
no,
influence you.
that's why I'm thinking right now. You know, it's a hard choice. Shane McMahon.
Okay, I like that pick. That's good.
Oh, thanks.
Real quick, would you call Dr. Calzone? Would you say that Natty Roosh is a Paisa drink?
It might be the Natty Roosh.
I don't know. I have to see the can. Is there like an eagle in there or something? Maybe green color.
There is green.
Oh, maybe. I gotta see it.
Although this is in ounces and not milliliters.
Wait,
so.
Moose the Mark, you weren't here. I want to know about you. Who you rather see naked, Margeau or Mr. George?
Who's Mr. George?
Mrs. Dad.
Oh, why is his name Mr. George?
He's Mr. George. That's his
George.
name.
Oh.
Mr. Hero.
You
That's the
question
name
why
of his-
Mr. Bean is Mr. Bean and not
The
Mr.
name of
Bean
his
something?
sandwich shop is Mr. Hero.
Okay. Boy, that's a tough call. I might have to plead the fifth on that one. Because
You haven't seen
we've
Margeau.
seen Margeau. Oh, yes, we have. I don't know if you watch Ms. and Mrs.
Would you say that if Margeau and Mr. George hooked up, it would be the opposite kind of sex from Charlotte and Chon Chon?
It's like when you take like two it's like taking like two like chocolate chip and like macadamia and just mushing it all together.
Ew.
Gross. So that's what I imagined.
Ew.
Oh man.
All right.
How many more matches we got?
I've got a reverse boner now.
We've got 4
That might be the
matches.
Roosh. Wait, what's this thing? It says, caution, will cause your dick to go limp. Brainiacs, let me advise you, if you're going to drink some Natty Roosh before WrestleMania, down it with some Marburger Chew. Marburger Chew. The way to avoid getting a limp dick from Natty Roosh.
This next match, we're finally going to get what we want. I hope there are red-tinted sunglasses.
I don't want anything more this weekend than this.
Triple H versus Batista. No holds barred. A career is on the line. Why do you think Triple H is going to...
Please say yes.
Well, you know what I just thought about? I'm sorry, we're going to go back a little bit. That Miz Shane man is false count anywhere. You might end up seeing the end of that match anyway, no matter where you are.
You're right. I may be at the concession stand, and Shane McMahon might be pinning him right there.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Batista and Triple H. What's going to happen?
Oh my God, what's going to happen in this match? The owner of the company, basically.
First of all, is Batista going to show up?
Maybe. Okay. I put it.
That's the first. That's the first prediction.
But look, that package that. And I'm not talking about the package. I'm talking about the video package that Batista brought with him on Monday night. He dominates Triple H, and there's just no way that Triple H wins this match.
I was at WrestleMania 21. It was pretty cut and dry. Batista's the better wrestler, and he always has been. And now I want nothing more than Batista to retire Triple H once and for all, so we don't have to see him fuck with the big dog or anybody else on the grandest stage of them all. I'm tired of it, and the only one man who could end it is the Animal, Big Dave.
Yeah, but I mean, at least Triple H wrestles once or twice a year. Batista, he's a big Hollywood star.
Yeah, he is. And
you think he has the advantage in this match?
He owns Triple H's ass, and now he's going to make Triple H kiss his, Moose the Mark. Batista is the best to ever do it when it comes to kicking Triple H's ass.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's only one thing. Triple H has done a lot in this business. He seized control of a multi-billion-dollar company. He defeated, every comer that ever stepped in his path. There's one thing he's never done.
Beating Big Dave.
He's
always tried to, thumb his nose, put his thumb down on him, hold him down, shove him out, keep him down, demean him, say mean, hurtful things about him.
Here's the thing.
He laughed at his penis when they were showering together.
Here's the thing. I don't know how much... I know Big Dave wanted this match. I know Big Dave demanded this match.
It's what he wants.
It's what he wants, but this man is also going to be in the biggest movie of all time in 3 weeks. He's got a worldwide publicity tour. He's going to be going to China. He's going to be going
to movie? What movie is that?
Spy movie?
Yeah, he's in some spy movie with Kevin Hart, maybe, or Ken Jeong. I don't know. He's in Avengers Endgame. And, is his heart going to be in it when his eye is on, the even bigger villain ahead?
Bushwick 2 is coming out?
What's that one movie he was in? It's like the Kung Fu movie.
Iron Fist?
Iron Fist, Iron something, Iron Monkey?
No. Dr. Calzones, what's the name of the Kung Fu
movie? The man with the Iron Fist.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fact checker Calzones.
Now, Doctor, do you have your tickets readily available for the Avengers Last Call, or whatever it's called?
Last call.
Cap, you done?
Is the main title song for that movie A Dead Man's Hand? Dead Man's Hand.
No, it's Closing Time by Semi.
I mean,
so you're saying that this is it? This is Triple H's farewell swan song. This is it. This is the final. This is it.
I'm not going to say I've never wanted anything more at a WrestleMania to happen, but this year is what I want to happen the most. Obviously, I've always wanted the big dog to win his matches, and that always supersedes. But this is personal for me. I was at WrestleMania 21 by myself. It was Long Island's first WrestleMania, Doctor. And you know what that could psychologically do to a Brainbuster. And now I am personally connected to this rivalry, and I need Triple H to be retired by Batista.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for that too. Someone's going to get what they want.
Oh, I hope I'm the one that gets what they want, and the whole WWE universe and all the brainiacs rooting against Triple H. Is anyone here rooting or picking Triple H?
I think the only one that could possibly do it is Vince.
I don't know if I'm rooting for Triple H, but I think I picked him. I think Batista's distracted.
That's not a thing. Batista doesn't get distracted.
I think we're just underestimating Triple H's, what else he can pull out. I mean, there's going to be a sledgehammer.
Okay,
somewhere.
He's done that and it didn't work against Batista.
Okay, but what about employing other cronies to help him?
Who?
Anybody in gorilla position at the right time.
You're just like
Akam and Razor.
Yeah, okay, a meteor can hit MetLife Stadium and cost Batista the match.
I mean, that cost a lot of people a lot of stuff, actually.
And we would definitely not be getting what we want if that happens.
Look, I mean, we don't. There's so much we don't know about this match. I mean, we don't.
It's no holds barred, which makes it the best match on the card.
All I know about this match is it's going to be cerebral, and it's going to be at least 35 minutes long.
Oh, Triple H has like a streak of 6 WrestleManias in a row where he has the longest match.
Yes.
WrestleMania.
Well, he's Triple
Is that true?
Yeah, it's very
What-
true.
what-
Was
what
the
kind
tag
of-
match the longest
Yes, it
match?
was.
Let's talk about what kind of special entrances are there going to be for this match here.
It'd be interesting
Is
because
Triple
I
H
think
going to
Triple
be
H.
like Trike?
Hologram Lemmy?
Ooh, that'd be good. I think Triple H is definitely going to do something like smoking a cigarette. That's great.
We're watching WrestleMania 2000.
And one
Brainiacs.
lucky fan.
Oh, she's still smoking with a bunch of kids around her.
And the
This is
fan
fucking
who's
great.
winning WrestleMania 2000 tickets is
Put that cigarette out.
smoking cigarettes, drinking
husbands,
beer, hanging out with their
boyfriends.
kids. This is amazing. They got what they wanted in the year 2000,
That is a great T-shirt.
and that's what we're gonna get with Batista, I think.
Living here in Allentown.
Is that where they're from?
Yes.
Oh, they look like it. Allentown is also known as Nastyville.
I did not know that.
And what's Long
I think
Island
that was
doing in
one
the
of the-
parking lot at WrestleMania, Mustamark?
That looks like one of the.
I'm getting nasty! I'm getting nasty at
Do you
WrestleMania.
think she's mad because she can't smoke on WWE's private jet?
I think that looks like one of the Godfather's hose from the beginning of the show.
Is that Joan Jett?
What's she pulling
No,
out?
that is
what?
I WWF and won these WrestleMania tickets. All right, the Brainiacs don't want to hear our comments. This is Industry Wrestling.
Okay, we got to move on. This is going to be this is going to be a very quick match here. We're not going to spend much time on this at all. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins.
Brock.
All right.
Fuck you, Seth Rollins.
Fuck you,
piece of
piece of
shit,
shit.
fucker.
Rude.
The only thing though that would make Batista winning against Triple H better would be if like you said, the big dog was somehow.
Well, yeah.
If justice is served and he's given this spot and inserted into the match, because it's the only fair thing.
Yeah, hypothetically, let's just go around the horn. If this is Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar versus Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Big dog.
Big Dog.
Okay. Now, hold on one second. I do want to say something because I want to show my hate for this man. Mustamark, last year I was saying countless times how jealous I was that you got to have a first WrestleMania and I did not, because my first WrestleMania was ruined by that bastard of Seth Rollins. So I'm very jealous, and people were asking why I kept saying it, and that's why. Seth Rollins. I hope a meteor comes and hits Seth Rollins.
Well, I mean, the Moose.
It'd have to be a small meteor.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad, but Mustamark had his first WrestleMania ruined by beach balls.
When he was cheering for him. I have no sympathy for the man when he was cheering for him.
Sometimes, you get caught up in the moment and you do bad things.
Were you
It's
happy?
mentality.
Are you happy? Did you get what you want last year?
Was I happy then? Yes. Am I happy now?
According to Dave Meltzer, there are a lot of cancer-causing carcinogens in beach balls, and they might have affected, the big dog
But
his leukemia.
But then he also did say that. But
That's
that'll
according
take
to Dave Meltzer.
a massive amount of beach balls to do that, so I'm not sure.
If Seth Rollins wins, I'm going to be not as upset. You know why? Because the big dog's healed up, and he's going to be ready to take that belt right away.
That'll be a good. The only solace we can hold on to is the fact that the big dog's going to take that title from him.
Brainiacs, if for some reason Seth Rollins ruins
Don't worry.
a portion of WrestleMania and wins this match, it's all right because we got the big dog back. And also, at the end of the night, we're going to be seeing the most beautiful thing we've ever seen to close a WrestleMania.
The man.
What? No,
We're going to see. We're going to see something. We're not quite there yet. There's going to be a lot of Kofi Mania.
There's more matches?
Signs and T-shirts here. I'm not sure if it's going to be Kofi Mania or not, because he is taking on Daniel Bryan. The planets... how can you defeat an entire planet? He's the planet.
Well, the planet's dying, according to
it's still a big planet.
It's not Kofi versus an entire.
Is there
planet.
any link between pancake consumption and the greenhouse effect?
Dr. Calzones, look that up in a scientific journal while we talk about the match. It's not an entire planet Kofi's facing. He's facing one man who claims to be the planet's champion, and I don't know if Daniel Bryan is representative of my planet. I don't know.
What planet do you live on?
I live on a planet of earth, wind, fire, heart, and water.
Captain Planet.
And Captain Planet's my champion.
Hero.
If you're going to claim to be the planet's champion, you fucking better be blue.
You better kick pollution back to zero.
Yeah, you better be blue. I don't see, Daniel Bryan going out there and really showing us how he's the planet's champion. What does he do? I don't see him recycle ever. You know who I see recycle? And who I hear, actually he says it and he does it, Excalibur of PWG, Triple J. He recycles and he shows us.
No, he pays somebody to wear the mask and go recycle.
I mean, all we've seen Daniel
What does Daniel Bryan do?
We've seen him waste food.
Yeah.
By like taking that burger, that Royal Rumble burger, and just stomping
That's
on
food
it.
that shouldn't even been processed.
But it was processed, and it could have fed a starving person.
Okay, and if he is the planet's champion, okay, we know overpopulation is an issue. All right, why would you bring in another life into this world?
Birdie B.
Birdie B, as beautiful as that child is, I love it.
And I have some inside information that his wife's brand, Birdie B, by the way, her daughter's not named Birdie B. It's a brand. It's named Birdie
No,
B.
her name's Birdie B.
Her name's Birdie, not Birdie B.
Birdie B.
Birdie B is the brand.
Birdie B Bryan.
Made overseas in Asian
What product
factories. This is Birdie B. This is the Bella's
line?
brand. Huh?
Is this their wine?
No, this is their clothing.
Oh, their clothing line.
Made in overseas, Chinese factories, and then brought on over in big diesel vessels.
More
polluting the
harmful
water.
materials than any
Fickle.
shirt
Does
Chris
that apply?
Jericho's ever worn.
Does that apply if I call him fickle?
He is fickle.
Fickle.
I thought they were shipped over here by sailboat.
No.
So, just to say, Daniel Bryan, I don't know about him being the planet's champion. And also, I don't know about him having the chops to beat Kofi Kingston, who has beaten like 20 men in the last 3 weeks. Can we just talk about how many people the New Day have defeated?
He is beating more
in
men.
a short time amount.
He is beating more men than the hoes that we saw at WrestleMania 2000.
Yes.
Yeah, but he didn't beat anyone.
He beat more men than those hoes had at WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, but Kofi Kingston didn't beat anyone to earn a shot at this.
He beat 6 men. It's not his problem.
And he lost to one.
Oh, my God.
His friends got him this opportunity.
He still beat a bunch of men, and then his friends beat men, and that's a great thing. That's great friendship. It's like how Moose and I back in the day when we used to work out a lot, and I'd always step up for him.
It never happened.
You got to look out for your friends. You got to hand them some muscle milk.
I will say this though, that Kofi Kingston, I'm not a fan for obvious reasons. It did pin Daniel Bryan, and didn't get a championship match. That's like the first time that's happened since I can remember.
Bullshit. So Kofi Kingston belongs
So
here.
you're in this.
And Kofi Kingston has the momentum. Kofi Kingston has the maneuvers to beat a Daniel Bryan. I mean, that kick can take any man down, big or small. Daniel Bryan is a small man. I mean, Kofi Kingston, he's winning this. I'm picking him. It's a new day, literally, in the WWE.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be a nice little match for Kofi Kingston and the New Day. A lot of people are going to be glad that he's getting this opportunity. And
I can't wait to dance to this.
Daniel Bryan's still going to be the champion. I don't think you're going to defeat him.
Moose and Mark, are you going to dance with me when
No,
Kofi
of course I'm
wins?
going to dance.
What if we get serious Kofi Kingston coming out there in Jamaican gear?
Oh, you mean SOS?
Yeah.
I mean, he's winning either way.
The question is how is he going to save
in a
himself
white
from
robe
being eliminated?
with a pointy what?
Isn't that what he does? He saves himself from being eliminated all the time.
Kofi, he's good at that, yeah.
So how's he going to do it this match? Does that apply?
Yeah, he's going to kick out at 2.5.
2.5.
Dr. Calzones, anything on that greenhouse effect? You're fine then?
I've been reading pancakes with hold on, let me get this little article thing. Leftover porridge from pancakes is what
You can make leftover porridge from pancakes?
Yeah, like you know how you put too much, you know how much to put, and then you've already made pancakes. You don't want it anymore. You have all that leftover.
I think the greenhouse effects definitely depends on the syrup you're using. If you're using like a commercialized maple syrup, you're probably gonna have a problem. But if you're using that Trader Joe's natural agave syrup, then I think you're doing okay.
Or like some shit you get from the
the
farmer's market.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a breakfast. Do you think there'll be any new breakfast foods debuted, Mustamar?
Ooh, waffles. Waffles take a lot of preparation.
I mean, it's the same batter, it's just cooked differently.
Yeah, we have to.
We've gotten cereal and waffles. What we get and pancakes.
Eggs, perhaps.
Oh my God! They're throwing eggs out in the middle.
New eggs.
Splatting all over.
How about like
the
a
place.
muffin? I'll do some muffins or croissants.
Could the match be brought to you by Newegg.com?
Sausage. It should just be sausage patties.
You know, if Big E has his way, there will be sausage.
It will be links, though.
Sausage and
Xavier
breasts.
Woods has a great sausage recipe, I've heard.
Are we finally at the main event?
No, I don't know.
Paige wrote a cookbook?
Did we pick? I'm picking Kofi.
I'm picking Daniel Bryan. I think I'm the only one picking Daniel Bryan, probably.
It's just torn because I really feel like Daniel Bryan doesn't deserve to win this match, but I can't.
It's not about who deserves anything. We've seen that with Kofi Kingston.
It's who earns it and who steps up at WrestleMania.
Right.
I'm picking Kofi.
I'll take the fifth.
I mean, we didn't mention Rowan and the New Day on the outside. That's 2-1. I mean, Kofi's got the advantage on the
Rowan's
outside.
like-
I don't know if either of them are going to be down there.
What? The New
No,
Day?
why was Vince McMahon so opposed to Kofi Kingston, by the way? Did we ever
Because he
address
didn't.
that?
Yeah, he didn't earn his shot.
He earned his shot, but then he took it away and gave it to Kevin Owens.
Triple J, I don't know why you would have that.
I know. Usually I'm the one that's telling people that Kofi doesn't deserve this for obvious reasons.
He won.
I'm just going Daniel Bryan.
Where are you reading these opinions about
Now,
Kofi
Moose the Mark,
Kingston?
are you going to yes chant if Daniel Bryan wins?
I mean, at the moment, it's just whatever the vibe is, man. I just
So
go
if the
with
beach balls take over again, that's going to happen. That's what you're telling me, basically.
I'm a follower. I'm not a
That is
leader,
very
man.
true.
I'm a follower. I am.
Moose are natural followers.
Yeah.
Moose the Mark can watch WrestleMania with his eyes closed. It's
I
really
can.
weird. It's quite interesting, actually.
Well, I'm a leader. I'm going to have the whole crowd chanting for Kofi, dancing. I might take her. I'm going to cut my shirt, my breasts out like Big E did on SmackDown, just to show my enthusiasm for Kofi.
All right.
And if you're rooting for Daniel Bryan, then you probably love 4chan.
Not.
I don't know
Now,
what that is.
Triple J, before we get to this match, can you
Right,
just talk
right,
about
Moose?
Oh yeah.
how you hate the fact that the WWE Championship's not last? You said that on the way over here as well.
It is.
Well, a WWE Championship is going to be last. That's a whole article that I'm gonna write one day. I got to go back.
And
to
you
the
can find that on our
archives.
Patreon. Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind.
Find all the cards. All right, let's finally get to
BrainbusterRadio.com.
this main event here. Winner takes all. Ronda Rousey, who is the current Raw Women's Championship because she decided one week that she wants the title back, that she gave up. You got Becky Lynch, who is clearly the rightful Royal Rumble winner. And you got the SmackDown Live's Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. This is the main event. 3 gals in there. Winner take all.
Do you think the crowd is even going to have enough left?
I think they're going to be able to get the crowd up. I really do.
I agree. Depends on what Charlotte's wearing. I definitely think the
think-
crowd will get up.
I mean, you know why there's so many. There's a conspiracy theory out there that there's so many matches on this WrestleMania card, Moose the Mark, because they know that. I mean, you're talking about Charlotte Flair is in the main event, so they know the crowd's going to be able to get up even after being that exhausted. They're going to be able to get up.
So let's take some of these entrances because I think they're going to be really important in this match. Ronda Rousey's getting sung down the aisle by Joan Jett herself, which is going to be pretty cool.
I don't give a damn about the bad reputation.
Charlotte Flair last year,
You think somebody's going to be carrying
she was
her?
doing, she did the whole Triple H gimmick for 30.
I've never had goosebumps like I had during Charlotte's entrance last year. Yes,
Okay,
and
cool.
that too.
And then Becky Lynch is the question.
Chon at 12, goosebumps all over my arms. Charlotte Flair's, I can't wait for her
And then Becky Lynch, I feel like we're going to see the steampunk maybe a little bit. I don't know. What else can she do?
I don't think she's going to do anything different, really. I don't think she's going to do steampunk and goggles. That's kind of something.
Not goggles, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of steam.
A
She
top
doesn't
hat.
wear gear anymore. She just wears her t-shirt.
What are the chances,
Yeah.
Triple J, that
She
Dawkins
looks like
and
Chris
Michael
Paul.
Anthony are doing background vocals for Becky Lynch's song?
Very,
Oh!
very poor. I wish it was high, but I think it's going to be very poor. I'll even say Charlotte. I don't think She's going to have, I think she's just going to have a different outfit that we've never seen before, but I don't think she's going to have...
This is the main event of WrestleMania 35.
I don't think she's going to have a big cartel or anything.
Man.
What about like some sort of Kill Bill entrance, Moose the Mark, for Becky Lynch? She's been wearing the bride gimmicks a lot.
That's more X-Men than Kill Bill. She's more dressing like Jean Grey from X-Men.
Is she?
Yeah, the black and yellow is very much Jean Grey.
It's very much Uma, right?
Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
Who's Uma?
Uma Thurman.
Ah, man, it just seems... I don't know. I think the entrances are going to play a big role because
I do too.
The mentality that one has to have to perform their entrance and then to see other superstars try to top their entrance, that already just mindfucks you enough to affect this match, I think.
I know Charlotte and Ronda's entrances. Becky's is the wild card.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the wild card. I don't know what to expect. Hopefully something epic for the
What
man.
if she's driving a cop car to the ring?
That'd be great. I think that she got driven in a cop car, didn't she? She got dropped off at somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
She's working with the law enforcement
16.
now.
Nothing's more respected than New York City.
So we talked about the
NYPD helicopter.
We talked about the entrances. What about the match? Right now, it's winner take all.
Can we try Vin Man one more time? I want to know if this is suitable enough because he doesn't like triple threat matches for ending WrestleManias. But now that there's 2 titles on the line, I feel like the ratio
I don't think he's going to
for
disagree with
championships
this one.
and wrestlers is okay.
No, he's still anti. I know for sure he's anti-triple threat for some reason. It makes no sense to me. But as far as the match, I mean, Charlotte and Ronda don't have to be pinned to lose their title, which is what you get with the triple threat. That's fine. That comes with the territory. This is going to be all about, the thing is, all 3 of these women are well-versed in submission. But in order to have a submission on someone, you need a certain amount of time to, lay it in there.
Now weaken them. You gotta wear them down.
You gotta wear them down enough, but you also gotta be able to have time to where it takes longer than a 3 count sometimes to get someone to tap. That's why pinning combinations are going to be important. Who's the best in this match at maybe getting a roll
I will tell
up?
you who doesn't is not, and that's
Ronda.
Ronda's not.
Has she ever pinned anybody?
I don't recall that.
She does.
No.
She has a move I think you could pin.
Piper's Pit!
Yes, if you could probably pin someone.
I mean, if you're going with who's the best at pinning, just from the past, you got to go Becky. And that.
Why? What's
her match?
finish? All these women.
I think
Oh, she's got the
pinned
back exploder.
Yeah, I think she's pinned more people in her career than the
Charlotte's
other
got a moonsault
No,
Yeah, but
Charlotte's
she
got the
usually
natural
doesn't.
selection.
and the natural selection.
Now
Yeah,
we can do that.
she does use
And
that.
who knows what Chon Chon's taught her?
That is a good point.
We might see a running pillar to post.
We might, or maybe one of those hammerlock DDTs.
Oh, I hope Charlotte Flair hangs lays on the second rope like Chon does. That'd be great.
See some tranquilo Charlotte. That'd be
But she
amazing.
tells everybody to just tranquilo, everyone.
I would say that pinning combinations are going to be interesting if someone's able to lay in a submission. Which submission can make someone tap out the quickest?
Armbar.
Ronda.
Ronda's
It's
armbar
definitely
is-
not Charlotte because she does need the extra time to get to the figure.
Yeah,
eight.
but she can lock that in quickly. I mean,
And she locked it in with one arm last
year.
Although with Becky, I think Charlotte could probably just make her tap with a figure 4, not even
You don't
a
think she
figure
needs
8.
the 8th?
She doesn't need that extra 4.
Doctor, can I ask you something? Because how do you feel about Chon living the Mexican dream and dating a nice American woman?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's trying to get some kind of card out of it, but he's living it, dating a blonde out there.
It's his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania.
Just take it to the mainland is what it really is.
Yeah.
Doctor, do you think she's Charlotte's now? You being the expert in Mexican Chon as well, is it going to be distracting for Charlotte in this match? Do you think?
I think she'll be focused. I think she has a disadvantage because Ronda and Becky both have arm submissions, so either one could be working on Charlotte's arm, and Charlotte's the only one with the figure 4. So it's going to be a lot harder for her to get that on there.
Now, Charlotte Flair, like I said, she did put the one-armed figure, so I guess it was like a figure 7 last year on Asuka and won.
Yeah. Boost the mark.
Yeah, but she's the only one working on the legs. Ronda and Becky are both going to be working on the arm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So there will be more injured arms.
Now, what do you think of
Becky
Lynch's knee? Mr. Mark, have you heard anything from Uncle Dave on the knee situation?
No, I haven't heard anything on Uncle Dave about the knee. Just a lot of stuff about AEW and the Hall of Fame and Austin Idol.
Yeah, none of that applies. What about history, Moose the Mark? This is the first time women are main eventing WrestleMania. Your big history buff. Is this the biggest moment in the history of women's sports?
Now, can we make sure that though? Should we have the doctor check that?
What?
If this is maybe fact check this real quick, doctor.
That
This is the only women main event
ever main evented WrestleMania before. I mean, some would argue that WrestleMania 12 was a couple of whiny bitches main eventing, but Moose the Mark, first time women get to main event WrestleMania. Way too long, 35 years, but it's finally here. Is this bigger than any other moment in women's sports, though? Because I can't think of a moment bigger.
I mean, Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King is great, but that doesn't compare.
U.S. women's soccer team winning the World Cup.
You know, Brandi Chastain, very iconic moment, but this is going to be better.
Carrie Strug winning the Olympics.
Yeah, on a broken freaking ankle.
What
What about that girl that played with the men for the first time? What was her name in golf?
Oh, I don't know.
Remember that chick's name? What was her name?
Pei Wei?
No, not her. Just keep moving. Yes, this is the most iconic sports moment for women ever. I would say
Better than any time the moment Lisa Leslie dunked. Better.
Ooh, that was just true.
Better than Amanda Kessel hitting it into the back of the net ever for the U.S. women's hockey team. This is the moment for women's athletics. Maybe the moment for all women. This is happening before we get a woman president, but we might get a woman president because of this moment.
Do you think Malala is going to be the special timekeeper for this?
No, I don't think. Ladies and gentlemen, Malala, we've got Rosa Parks' granddaughter here. A bunch of iconic women, maybe.
One day, some child is going to say, "My mom."
Angela Merkel, your special guest ring announcer.
They're going to be able to say, "My mom main evented WrestleMania." Think about being that child that gets to do that at some point in their life. What a match! I don't even.
Unless none of these women decide to have kids.
That's a good point. It's their choice.
Their body.
Now I've heard rumors too. Now did Uncle Dave ever debunk his rumors about what Ronda's plans were after WrestleMania?
It's up in the air. Who's to say? We'll find out.
Hey, Uncle Dave, can you tell us what's going on with Ronda Rousey's vagina and her womb? Said nobody ever.
Yeah.
Wait, I think Uncle Dave's in the crowd. Uncle Dave, do you want to ask us a question, maybe as a turnabout?
Uncle Dave's here.
Uncle Dave, come on.
Uncle Dave.
Hey, how's it going? Big fan. So, I just wanted to ask, is there any tips you guys can give me for just, being a more dynamic personality and just, just having a greater just sort of feel for the pulse of pro wrestling? Because, you guys are the number one brand when it comes to sports entertainment. And, I just wondering if, is there anything I could learn from you guys?
Absolutely, Uncle Dave.
More cigarettes, more beer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
More Rouge. More Rouge. Also, Uncle Dave, my advice to you personally, never smile. It's really uncomfortable when you smile, Uncle Dave. Also, don't tell us what's going on with some female wrestlers' reproductive organs. It's none of your business. All right? We don't care what Ronda is going to do after WrestleMania. What matters is what she does April 7th in MetLife Stadium defending her Raw Women's Championship as Charlotte defends her SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and the man Becky Lynch attempts to win them both.
Well, what is she going to do?
Who?
Ronda.
In the match?
Yes.
She's going to go for the armbar. She's going to go for the quick finish. But I think when she's focused on Becky, she's going to see red. Charlotte's going to kick her in the head. I think Ronda's going to be laid out for most of this match. I'm expecting Ronda to get concussed in this match.
Well,
she took the knee from Charlotte. It softened her up in the cop car. She's in trouble.
From a work rate perspective, that's probably the right thing to do. You want your weakest talent to spend the most time, incapacitated in a triple threat match like this.
I don't know if I would say Ronda's the weakest. I don't know. I've never seen any of them bench press, but I would say Ronda probably could lift more than Becky.
I don't think so.
You think Becky's got
upper
body?
Yeah. Oh, and even like in squatting and things like that. Have you seen Becky's legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Many times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ronda's got some.
I don't know. When it comes to upper body strength, I'm going Charlotte all the way.
She's the strongest and fastest in every category.
If this was a combine,
she's the fastest.
Oh, she's by far the fastest. She's got longer strides.
I know, but some of those.
Who's fat? Becky. She's flat-footed. It's not Becky. Have you seen her run to the ring? She looks like me running.
She can outrun every security guard.
She's flat-footed.
Large strides are a big thing to deal with. I had to deal with Triple J walking over here.
Yeah,
it's tiring.
Charlotte's got the long strides. You got Ronda, who's pigeon-toed, and Becky, who's flat-footed. Charlotte's checks all the boxes athletically. She wins.
Well, I was talking to you guys yesterday. At first I was going to go with.
I love breaking down a match in every facet. This is great.
At first,
you got to be thorough with
this.
At first,
I was going to go Becky, but I'm thinking more and more about it, and I think I'm definitely going to be rooting for Charlotte the most, and I'm going to say it now. I believe I'm the first one here to officially say it. I am picking Charlotte Flair in this match to take all.
Well, I mean, didn't I said
weeks
ago.
We've heard that weeks ago from you.
I just don't understand why Charlotte Flair is even in this match.
It's got to be Charlotte. She won the Royal Rumble. She's the SmackDown Live Women's Champion.
Now wait a minute.
She's the only woman to beat Asuka at WrestleMania ever. She is, she is an amazing athlete. I mean, nobody can touch her at all when it comes to athleticism. This WrestleMania was created for people like Charlotte Flair. They're just better than everybody, and this is her moment to hold 2 titles up with New York City in the background, fireworks. I mean,
well, let me ask you
all the chon-chon.
If they could give you what you wanted, and either Seth Rollins lose or Charlotte Flair wins, which one would you rather have?
This is the question of this WrestleMania. Isn't it? Has there ever been a bigger Sophie's Choice of a WrestleMania? If you could only pick... There's so many things I want to happen at this WrestleMania. If you could pick one, because you're not going to get it all.
No.
Is the mark. You can't always get what you want. But sometimes you'll get what you need. I think we need Triple H to be retired. So that's what I want the most. Mm-hmm. But you've also got people saying that Becky needs to win. Mm-hmm. You've got everybody saying, well, from a PR standpoint, Kofi needs to win. Yeah. And you've got people saying Seth Rollins needs to win because we need to get the belt off Brock. If we're not getting everything we want, apparently, that's what we want, not me. I'm not part of that we. Mm-hmm. But they aren't going to get everything they want, then which one aren't they going to get? Is it going to be Becky winning this match?
I think it might be Becky. I mean, my official prediction, I predict Ronda's going to win. I think she's, much like Brock Lesnar, she's going to surprise everyone with a shocking win and maintain her dominance over that title.
Now, does that mean that Charlotte and Becky are going to be, they're going to cancel each other out, basically? They're going to be so invested in each other?
I mean, these are the two sports entertainers. They're going to cancel each other out, and the fighter's going to just eat up the scraps.
But if Ronda defeats Becky and Charlotte, it's all about the chase. Mm-hmm. Who would chase Ronda next?
Maybe Becky by herself. Maybe there'll be a disputed finish. Maybe Chon will get involved.
Maybe that's where the triple threat effect comes in. It makes sense. If it's Becky winning versus all the other things people are wanting, that would be not as important as Kofi winning. I think we need to get Kofi. If we're not going to get one of them, I'm going to say we're probably not going to get Becky win either. Charlotte's winning, but I could see Ronda, what you said, winning as well. How about you, Wired? If we want Kofi, Becky, and Seth to win, which one is the WWE Universe not getting?
I hope that the WWE Universe doesn't get Seth Rollins winning, because I think a lot of people want that one, right?
Can say that, yeah.
I really want that one not to happen. The one I think we're not going to get is probably Triple H retiring.
Well, yeah, that's not even in the category.
What's left? Kofi, they're not going to take Kofi away from the people. And they're not going to take Becky away from the people.
So then you've got Becky winning.
I got Becky winning.
How about you, Dr. Calzones?
I'm going to have to go with Charlotte winning.
Did you change when that prediction when Charlotte tweeted a picture of her in Chon with hearts emojis?
I mean, we got to go with our own people now.
All right, it makes sense.
Chola
Charlotte. Chola Charlotte.
If she comes out with a gang of people, that'd be fucking great. With And her eyebrows painted in. This is going to be great.
I mean, Easter is coming up, Dr. Calzones, and you know how cholas like to look good on Easter.
That's why I'm saying we're going for Senora WrestleMania.
La Virgen de Guadalupe necklace.
As long as she comes out in the lowrider, we're good. Like Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, fuck.
Virgin Mary's, giant statues of the Virgin Mary on the stage. Orale, Charlotte Flair!
Sitting in a white robe with the hood up on it.
Shaw, I love it. Well, I want Charlotte to Flair and win, and it's great. So we've got one for Becky, one for Charlotte, two for Charlotte, and one for Ronda.
And then Doctor's three for Charlotte?
I would count that as just Triple J's pick.
Oh, no, we heard him. He picked Charlotte.
And via Vinman, via text, he says Charlotte Flair to win. So, woo. Charlotte
Are we
Flair
sure that
wins.
was Vinman, or is that the equal of Vinman or something?
No, it was Vinman.
El espíritu de Vinman.
Musta Mark, you are the king of complaining on the internet. Is there any way the WWE Universe will not complain about WrestleMania 35? Is it possible that Kofi, Becky, and Seth Rollins all win and nobody complains at all after a WrestleMania?
Anything's possible at WrestleMania. I mean, all the things that people complained about, like, they weren't supposed to. Like when Roman Reigns won and everyone booed, that was supposed to be a happy thing to make the fans happy. They just didn't do what they were supposed to do. But WrestleMania, I mean, in theory, can make everyone happy.
Now, are the marks of the world okay with this main event? Because last year they were so distracted that they couldn't enjoy the fact that they thought, oh, Roman's going to win, and then what happened? Brock won, and everybody was still unhappy.
There are some people unhappy that it's a triple threat.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a very crowd-pleasing WrestleMania.
This is going to be... Would you say if WrestleMania's 30 is the most crowd-pleasing WrestleMania?
Yes.
This is going to be that.
No, I would say before WrestleMania, 35 is the most crowd-pleasing WrestleMania. This is before anything actually has occurred. This is the most crowd-pleasing WrestleMania. Because they're giving the fans what they want.
Kofi,
at least in terms of the
Becky,
matches.
Yes.
They gave everything. Now, is it going to be the most disappointing WrestleMania in terms of not giving the fans what they want? That's to tell.
What say you, Triple J? Do you think that'll be one collective... We're going to have a singularity of happiness from wrestling fans for the first time ever after a WrestleMania?
At the end of WrestleMania, people are going to be happy for the outcome of the main event, I believe. Everything else, they're going to have some things to nitpick about. I still don't think Kofi Kingston is going to get that championship. From a booking perspective, it's just smart to stretch that out for as long as possible. There's no time to blow it right now. But yeah, at the end of WrestleMania, it's going to be an upbeat feeling. I'm
going to be happy because I'm going to be like four natty roosters.
Mark, is there anything that you can say right now that if this happens, when I leave WrestleMania, I'm going to be kicking rocks?
Like anything could happen in the women's main event, and you're not going to be mad, right?
Not really. I mean, I don't really have a dog in this fight.
In any match, anything in the card at all.
You do when it comes to Drew McIntyre's match.
Yeah, I mean,
got a big dog in the fight.
No, I don't see any real room for controversy here at this Mania. Obviously, things can always happen, but I don't know.
You don't see room for controversy.
No,
I don't.
Daniel Bryan wins. You don't see controversy.
Hey, he's a fighting champion, man.
Oh my God!
If Daniel Bryan wins,
yeah,
this could turn into something that you would have seen in Alabama in the early '60s. This is going to be rough.
I don't think so.
And I'm hoping that doesn't happen because I don't want to have to be there for that.
Yeah.
I'm putting a beret on if that happens. Fist in the air. This is because that better not fucking happen. But I want most of all Triple H to be retired. Please, Big Dave, give us what we want. All right, Dr. Calzones, you have anything left to say before we press the? Do we have more matches?
That's actually
no. I don't believe you on that one.
That's the last.
Doctor, can you fact check that we covered all the matches?
Hard subject to change.
Who's Alicia Fox face?
Fact check. I don't need to fact check.
Faces everybody else.
If he says it's all the matches, it's all the goddamn matches.
That's right.
Jeez.
How about the Hall of Fame ceremony?
What would we predict?
I don't know. Is Brutus Beefcake going to cut and strut? Will Luna Vachon get mentioned? No.
Yes to both of those,
I would hope so. All right, Brainiacs.
Who's
Well,
inducting these people? Do you even know?
yeah, Hulk Hogan's inducting Brutus Beefcake tonight.
What about the other ones?
We'll have Jimmy Hart inducting Honky Tonk Man.
Jimmy Hart's always good.
And...
What about DX? Who's inducting DX? Kevin Nash?
I don't know. I would guess Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is part of
inducting himself.
that would actually make sense.
He politicked to induct himself.
It was just a coincidence.
All right, Brainiacs. Well, without further ado, I think it's about time Dr. Calzones strikes up some appropriate music as we close off WrestleMania 35, Brainbuster Radio style, with Falls Count Anywhere.
Now, this week's episode of Brainbuster Radio was very positive, very happy for everybody. That's why we broke down the entire card. But I urge all wrestling fans to go check out this John Oliver program that was on last week. I actually thought it was very well done, pretty fair for the most part, talking about both sides. And while it was made as a seemingly smear piece, I don't think that it came off that way. So this is something we're definitely going to get to in the few weeks leading ahead, but find it on your YouTube or whatever service you look at, because it's something that Brainbuster Radio is definitely going to be discussing at length in the future.
Yep. Everything Triple J said, all good. Makes sense. Yeah.
Brainiacs, we had a lot of fun here today running down this huge WrestleMania card, but boy, am I exhausted. And that's just talking about the card. That's not living through it. Living through the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment. We're going to be there 11 a.m. as the crow cries. It's going to be a long, exhausting day, and that's why I want all you Brainiacs out there to be well-stocked and well-energized with Natty Roosh.
Brainiacs in his eye, a man called Wired. And Triple J, you're right, as John Oliver's just a douchebag. Mr. Mark, do crows actually wake people up in the mornings? Just curious. And at 11?
No, Rooster's Crow.
Rooster's Crow.
Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 35, New York City. We're in the shadows of the skyscrapers of Manhattan. It's going to be a great time. Join us in the parking lot. Don't forget to find us. We'll be there somewhere, right? Do we know exactly where? We don't know, because they don't sell these tickets beforehand. And this might actually be the retirement of some other Brainbusters WrestleManias. Who knows? We'll find out if this is it. But join us. Don't forget, we're in the parking lots. Come. What was the documentary called?
Pro Wrestling Parking Lot
2.
Brainiacs, WrestleMania 35. It's going to be an epic event, even though it's in the heart of New Jersey. And you're going to need a truckload full of pacemakers to really combat all the heart attacks that are going to be happening when we witness the first ever women's main event, when we witness the big dog finally take his yard back, when we witness that son of a bitch, Seth Rollins, get what he's got coming to him from the beast, Brock Lesnar, when we witness Bobby Lashley's gaping asshole, when we witness Elias play live in front of millions of people watching around the world and 80,000 plus. It is going to be an event unlike any other, and what I want all the Brainiacs and any wrestling fan out there is to get shit done and quit complaining about fucking shit. Drink it, whether it's regular margarita or frozen margarita. You down it with some Natty Roosh, you have a good time, because it's fucking WrestleMania. And if he shows up, who the hell is John Cena? Maybe he'll be there, maybe he won't. Either way, it's Kurt Angle's last match ever, and it's going to be historic in that regard as well. And in addition to that, Brainiacs, WrestleMania 35, it's giving us all what we want. Most importantly, that is the ultimate theme of WrestleMania 35. It's the WrestleMania where everybody gets what they want. Hopefully, Dave Batista will retire Triple H once and for all. It's WrestleMania 35, Brainiacs. It only comes once a year, sometimes once in a fucking lifetime. So enjoy it, and we'll see you at MetLife Stadium. All right, here we go.
Oh man!
Do you feel the exhaustion of talking about WrestleMania, like Moose the Mark said, right?
Yes.
Now imagine that times 1,000.
I'm 16.
Come Sunday night at around like 9 p.m. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a feel. But the thing is, you just need some Natty Roosh, some coffee in the morning, Natty Roosh in the afternoon, and you'll be good.
This is gonna be like watching an Iron Man match at 1 o'clock in the morning in a bingo hall in Reseda, California. This is the energy you're gonna need, Brainiac. So I might have to. We have to stop by. Can we get some? Did they sell these around here?
Yeah, they do. Actually, you know what? I can't believe I've been calling this Natty Roosh the whole time. This is a Marburger Roosh. It's a Marburger Roosh, and it's fueling me for WrestleMania 35. I'm ready. Moose the Mark, are you ready?
I am ready.
Doctor, are you ready?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Triple J. Are you ready?
Let's go shake the Meadowlands.
Wired.
1, 2, this all?
Vinman.
Hello.
Vinman, are you ready? Wait, hold on. He texted me. He's ready. All right, everybody's ready, Brainiacs. That's it. For a man called Wired, Jumpin' Jacob J, Dr. Mila Calzones, Moose the Mark on the internet gimmicks, Vinman texting into the show, and Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, I gotta get the hell out of here and get what I want.